I hear you just fine, man. I hear you just fine, man. Oh, check your. I hear you just fine, man. Oh, check your settings in OBS. I hear you just fine. Or whatever, Streamlabs, whatever you're using. I'll pull up the stream.
Can you guys hear me now? Um, that's amazing because I did the whole intro. I shouted out like every single person in the chat when I could shout out every person in the chat. I'm gonna do
Yeah,
it
you
again. Shout out to
you were.
Mizrahi, Drew Pierce, Joseph Bobby, Arzak, Cognac, Tommy C, Bryson Sports Talk, Jaden the Champ, Dominic Bob's Got It, NFL DNA, Thug PTA Sports, Bobby Murphy, Giants Opinion Sports, NFL DNA, Arjun, Logan's Giants Zone, Harrison Aaron, Frankie G, David A. V, King Brazy, Mike Nixon. I think I got everybody. I'm scrolling down here. Mark Welter, Nate Talks Giants, John Doe. That might be everybody, I think. Tracy Stang. All right, I think I covered everybody. What's up, everybody? Welcome into another episode of the Young Guns podcast. Of course, I'm joined here with Kidblue, my co-host. It's been sort of a crazy day for several different reasons as Giants fans. The guest, StephieSmalls, will be joining in 10 to 15 minutes, and then we still may have another guest that may join, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, what up, everybody? KB, go ahead, man. It's been low-key a crazy day.
Yo, today's been an absolute. Ever since I got home from work today, which is right around probably 5 o'clock ish. I got home from work, and man, I was on Twitter. We were talking. We were just talking regular banter stuff, and then Kenny Golladay pops up out of nowhere. Ian Rappaport with the huge news, and it's been downhill from there. Well, uphill. It's been uphill.
Yeah, it's
from
been
there.
pretty uphill. I was like, yeah, it's been that. You know, I can't believe I'm doing this. I cannot believe I'm doing this. But shout out to this guy. Shout out to Wesley Steinberg on Twitter, yo. The account that every single person thought was fake. Not just Giants fans. I mean, any NFL fan that's on Twitter thinks that Wesley Steinberg is straight up a troll account fake. This man predicted the John Ross signing, and then earlier today he was the first person on Twitter saying Kenny Golladay wants to come to the Giants. I'm not saying he said the Giants are going to sign Kenny G. I'm saying he said Kenny G wants to come here,
No,
which turned out to be
do you
true
know what
later
he
on in the
said?
day.
Do you know what he said as well? He said just asked Kenny Golladay if he wants
Yeah,
to
that's
be
what I'm
near
saying.
Giant. He said yes.
I don't know.
That was it. That was the whole quote.
This man still isn't verified. I'm still convinced he's a troll account, but he
He
got
is
some
a troll
psychic power.
because
He got some
that
psychic
picture,
powers.
yeah, that picture is from some other dude. They traced back that picture, and
It's
he's
a lawyer.
not a it's a lawyer. So unless that's his side job, but
Giants
he's
Opinion
a
Sports
loving
says
husband and father.
it says it's Gettleman's burner. Giants Opinion Sports says I wouldn't be
Oh
surprised.
man, yo, Gettleman has a burner.
No,
What?
he doesn't. Gettleman doesn't have a burner, but the four computer folks do that he hired.
Maybe,
You know, they're out
maybe,
here.
man, maybe, and they know of us.
Whatever the case is, I was surprised. I mean, we could start off with Kenny G if you want to. I mean, because that's what it's been. He's meeting with the Giants tomorrow. This is all but a done deal. We're like 99. I don't even want to
Yeah.
say 99% because I'm gonna jinx it, but we're almost there to just getting him.
Let me tell you, man, because this first of all, the Cincinnati news that came out scared me at first.
For like
but
a hot
this
second.
helps, right? But this helps the Giants. This helps the Giants sign because if that Cincinnati offer is pretty much all he's getting, if not the best he's getting, which is a prove it deal. What's a prove it deal for a wide receiver? $10 million.
I
You know, 1 year, $10 million. He's not going to take that. You know, he wants more money than that. That all the Giants really need to do to set it home to go away with a Kenny Golladay deal is a multi-year deal, probably a 3-year contract, and probably around $14 to $18 million, somewhere around that range. If they could, there was rumors. Remember, we talked about it on last time we streamed. There was rumors that his market value was 14 to 16, and we're like, that can't be real. But look at Cincinnati; they're offering a prove-it deal for we don't know how much, but a prove-it deal for 1 year. So his market value must be extremely low as far as in the NFL front office goes. So we might have a real shot here. He is honestly, the Giants are the only one on Kenny Galladay's radar. He's going to see us.
I wouldn't say we might have a real shot because it just where the market lies. I think we have a real shot just because he's willing to go old school and actually come in for the meeting.
and coming for the meeting. And on top of that, that's the second meeting. His first meeting was with his people. His people went over there to go see the New York Giants and talk it out. So listen, the fact that there's two meetings in the past week for the Giants, listen, it looks like this one's a done deal. They just have to, I guess, hash out the specifics of what's going on. But Kenny Golladay is Kenny Golladay is going to be a New York Giant. Just let that sink in. Kenny Golladay is going to be a New York Giant.
Don't get your hopes up completely, but like
So,
I'm
hold
like
on,
99% sure, bro.
Hold on though. But hold on though. What's gonna happen? I'm the biggest pessimist anybody will know. But what's gonna happen? He's gonna say, "Oh no, they disrespected me with the
I'll tell you
offer,
this:
and
it
I'm
wouldn't
going
be
to
Kenny
Cincinnati."
G. It wouldn't be Kenny G. People are gonna hate what I'm about to say. When a player has to come in for a meeting, it's not about what the player wants or even what the general manager that's looking to sign him wants. It's about what that coach wants. So if for some strange reason, because guys, this meeting right now is all about for Joe Judge, the coaching staff, and kind of importantly, the medical staff to see. Well, the medical staff is going to see if his hip is clear. That's what I've read online. They're going to check out his hip strain, which is what put him out last year. But Joe Judge, I can't remember if this is from Art Stapleton or Dan Duggan, one of the really reliable beat reporters, said it's going to see if Judge thinks he fits the Giants, right? So if it doesn't happen, which I really do think is going to happen, once again, it's like 99% almost there. But it would come down to how the coaches feel about him. And I don't see any reason why the coaches wouldn't feel good about him, but I'm just putting that out there.
Yeah, and he seems like a good enough kid. You know, it looks like he's not really a troublemaker, and I think that would be fine. Hopefully he fits Joe Judge. And listen, apparently we hired somebody from Detroit, and I guess they should put in a good word from.
No, not only it's not just anybody from Detroit. This guy is from Detroit's front office, one, and two. A lot of people are actually kind of convinced that he's our next general manager after Dave Gettleman.
And on top of it, here's the thing. To what you just said, Hub, I think you answered your own question. The reason why the Giants are pursuing him so much, I don't think Joe Judge just wants to see if he's a New York Giant. I think he already is convinced that he is fit to be a New York Giant, because they wouldn't be pursuing him this hard and have somebody in the front office who knew Kenny Golladay. There's no way that information is being held from him until after Kenny Golladay shows up for a meeting. They must be convinced that he is the guy. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see, man. But I'm so excited. I got the final game of my flag football season is tomorrow night, and I'm gonna be looking at my phone constantly when I'm on the sidelines waiting.
I mean, first of all, let me go through the chat. We got 90 people in here watching right now. Thank you. You guys are being amazing. Like it up. There's only awesome, 39 man. Likes. All right, let's ease that up.
Like button, guys. Let's go. Young Guns in the building. Let's go, guys.
I'm gonna try and get to some questions here right now. Let me go through. KB, can you just because Diggy's texting the chat? Can you tell me it's fine? He could pull up while I look for some questions here in the chat. So Carlos Sanchez says, Hub, sign Golladay, obviously. You think we could sign a corner also? Then draft Pitts and O-line and edge and then dominate the NFC East. Would we have any other holes? So here's the thing. It depends, going back to what KB was saying, what's his market value at? If we sign him for what it should be at, which is probably like 18 mil, I don't really see us signing a corner. I think we're going to go into the draft to address all of the needs. If by some crazy way, by the grace of God, this man signs for around 14 mil, yeah, we probably sign a really cheap corner option or something. Either way, if Kenny Golladay is signed, expect most of our needs to come.
Yeah, Josh Valencia.
Shout out to Josh Valencia for the $2 super chat. You guys saw I got a new sound effect for when the money comes up. Josh Valencia says the Giants look better than the Dolphins with a dolphin emoji, crying emoji, and heartbreak emoji. Thank you so much, Josh. Great Dolphin supporter. Don't say that just yet though, but I appreciate it. Yeah. And then OGR Sports, I'm gonna wait for that one to come up. But shout out to OGR Sports for the $5 super chat. I don't know why OBS is taking a while to pop it up. I'm going to wait for it to pop up. But going back to Carlos Sanchez, most of our stuff is going to come through the draft anyway. What do you think about that question, KB?
Oh, I completely agree. Like, here's the thing. It's going to scare a lot of Giants fans, and I understand that. But, all the dreams that we have of Jalen Waddle and the top 3 wide receivers at number 11, that might be not reality if we sign Kenny Golladay. I know the Giants want to get weapons for Daniel Jones, but I can't see them going above and beyond getting wide receivers everywhere. Like I know John Ross was just a 1-year deal, so I'm not really regarding that too much. But getting Kenny Golladay is a big deal, and I don't think it was really in our range of thinking when we were thinking of the draft. We didn't think of Kenny Golladay because we thought it was a pipe dream. And here we are today, and now we have to honestly think: will the Giants go wide receiver in this draft if we get Kenny Golladay? And my answer to that is I don't think so.
Real quick, baby, the guest just popped in. Welcome in, StephieSmalls.
What's up, guys?
What up, Steffi? How you doing? Before you even say anything else, first and foremost, tell the people where they can find you. I have your link to Twitter down below, but I also know Steffi recently joined, basically a website for fantasy football. Go ahead and plug yourself real quick.
Yeah, you guys can find me at StephieSmalls with 3 L's. I work for FTN Network now, having a blast over there covering all this free agency craziness. Possibly good news for the Giants. Are we happy yet? Can we get excited?
I'm excited. I'm excited. I am excited.
And Lucas with the $5 super chat as well. I'm gonna first read off OGR's one. He said, "How things change in 3 days. Day 1, all doom and gloom. Day 3, celebration. LOL. Gotta love Giants Nation." And OGR,
Giants Nation.
Bro, I put out a video on day 2 saying, why is everybody so sad right now? There's a lot of talent left. It's literally the second day of free agency. Just have patience. And an hour after that video dropped, the Leonard Williams deal went through. And I feel like even before Golladay became like a realistic option, it was really the Leonard Williams deal that turned a lot of people's opinions around about the whole offseason.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
No, I'm just thinking, and I don't hate any of the moves that happened prior to whatever is going on right now. I think that it's very easy to get annoyed. Yes, is Booker getting paid too much? For sure. That's a lot of money to pay Booker. But at the same time,
guys,
to me,
real quick, breaking news. The Giants
back.
just signed defensive end from the Vikings, Ifeadi Odenigbo, to a 1-year deal.
Really?
Oh, wow.
He had 3.5 sacks in 2020, 7 sacks in 2019.
I love him.
He's only 26 years old. Somebody, what was the question Carlos was asking? He was asking, can we sign an edge with signing Kenny Golladay? There's your answer. We just signed an edge. Cheap one at that.
And he's a guy that Vikings fans really, really liked. Like Vikings fans and the whole Vikings organization liked him as like a up and coming defensive end pass rusher. So I love the signing.
Shout out to Diggy in here as well. What up, Diggy?
What's going on?
But yeah, breaking news on the stream. I can't say I didn't expect it because the last time we streamed there was news as well. But I mean, I guess that kind of immediately shifts the topic to who can give me a bit of information on him. I mean, what do you guys think about it? 1-year deal. The contract details aren't out yet, but anybody excited for this move?
Let me look him up. I gotta see the name.
Yeah, I'm still trying to be able. I'm trying to pronounce his name. Is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to go the best way of
Odenigbo. I'll tell you one thing that I know from everything that's going on. Joe Judge has his hands so deep into what's going on. This is not as much Gettleman as ever. This is very much Joe Judge having his hands involved.
But let me tell you, the way they're managing these we have to see what happens with Ifeadi's contract and potentially Kenny Galladay's. We'll see. But they are managing these contracts extremely well. Yeah. With backloading Leonard Williams and only putting him on a 3-year, which opens up the opportunity of not being screwed and paying him all that money in those 2 years. You could extend him, then spread out that money in an extension. So just the opportunities you have to free up more cap space and keep building your team with how they're managing these rosters are insane. The fact that we're able to keep our players for less than if we were to cut them is insane. And Nate Solder and Leonard Williams were keeping them, and it's cheaper to keep them rather than to cut them. So I love the moves right now. They've got them an A+ right now in free agency, especially if we draft Kenny. The
A+ would have been Hassan Reddick too, but this dude is going to be better than Jiminy Cricket.
Don't even get me started, man. I just finished shedding a tear for Hassan Reddick too. So.
I know. Crap.
But yes, Steffi, you got anything to say on this defensive end from the Vikings?
This is good. Anything that defensive that we can add for cheap is awesome. Fine. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing to dislike about it, just get excited that we are paying people for cheap. These are Band-Aids. They're 1-year contracts.
Yeah.
Like we can keep them or we can say see you later. So it's awesome. This is great.
And one thing I like about it is what this says to me immediately is that he's gonna be over on the side that like BJ Hill and McIntosh are probably gonna rotate. So I'm getting the feeling that Dexter's probably definitely gonna slide into that nose tackle role.
I don't want him to though.
You don't want
really
Dexter
like
to slide
him
over?
at defensive end. Like he's 340, so he can do it. But I want him to play defensive end still. But he's probably going to do
Who
it.
Dex?
Yeah.
Also-
but I think what's going to happen is he'll probably slide back and forth.
Yeah, go ahead, Katie.
Can somebody tell me, link me where if Eddie was signed? Because I'm looking on Google. Top results.
Zach Rosenblatt.
Yeah.
Oh, Rosenblatt. Okay.
Yeah, he's legit.
Yeah, he's legit.
Yeah, I love him.
And
He's
Jordan
awesome.
Renan just tweeted it as well. I'm looking at it, and I
We
think
don't we don't speak about Renan here.
Renan is okay.
I'm
I
over
know.
it now. I'm over it, man.
Yeah, I'm kind of over it, but he's a good dude.
I'm petty, so no.
I will say this, low key, the Giants basically gave the Vikings Dalvin. The Vikings gave us Ifidi. I'll say that.
That's not a fair trade.
That's not. Yeah, that's not fair.
And the Vikings just got Patrick Peterson.
Yeah, they
Oh, I didn't see that. They did.
That's crazy.
They got
Yeah.
Pat Pete.
So do you guys think that Pat Pete is washed, or you think he just? Needs
I don't
a
think
new
he's
place?
washed. I don't think he's washed.
Like I think if he's
love
the
Pat
second
Pete.
corner now,
Yeah.
he's going to be like back to being elite.
Who's the top corner in Minnesota?
Xavier Rhodes? Did he
No,
leave?
Rhodes ain't. Rhodes
Yeah, he
ain't.
left. He
Yeah,
left. Yeah, so he probably is the top corner now. So we'll see what he does there.
yeah.
Real quick, let me just get these super chats because they're coming in hot. First one was from Lucas 5 minutes ago. He says, few weeks ago, we talked about J.C. Jackson. He received a second-round tender and would have $3.3 million this season. Is he worth it?
No.
No, not
No.
at this point. Not at this point.
Well,
We're spending
J.C.
a lot.
Jackson is actually really good, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't give up the second for it.
No,
Yeah,
definitely.
not a second. We need all the picks we can get. And like I said, it all opens up if we get Kenny Golladay, because this wasn't in our mind of thinking when talking about the draft and Kenny Golladay, because we pretty much thought of it as a pipe dream. Now what do we do if we sign Kenny Golladay? What do we do in the draft at number 11? I said it on Twitter earlier today. I am not opposed to the fact of getting Kyle Pitts. I know that goes against everything that I said about Kyle Pitts, but after talking with Diggy a lot, he has convinced me. Damn you and your convincing words, Diggy. But
Yo, I even tweeted it yesterday. It was because I was right on the I'm not really a Kyle Pitts guy train with you. And shout out to Justin Pennick from Talking Giants over there. You know, he was surprised because he's like, yo, don't let Kush hear you say this. But I'm like, Justin, I even tweeted yesterday. My dream scenario at this point would be Kenny, Kyle Pitts at 11. You know, Shep, Slayton. We trade Ingram for a couple of picks, bro. I'm good with that.
We're not trading him at this point. We're now his money's guaranteed.
Yeah,
So.
we're tagging that guy.
Yeah.
I don't understand. We're stuck.
Oh, we better not tag him. No.
I think we're stuck with him.
I wouldn't be surprised if they like extended him and gave him like a $13 million.
Yeah.
I
oh
wouldn't be
God,
surprised.
don't speak that into existence,
But-
Diggy, please.
But remember,
We have no option.
remember 3 months ago, you guys were on stream, Young Guns podcast, and I was in the chat and I said Kenny Golladay. I said
You said Reddick or something?
I said Kyle Pitts. And like you guys literally laughed me out of the chat. You said that's ridiculous. Why would you take? And now you're saying that you would take.
And now- and now we're
look
like,
how
maybe
things
Kyle
change.
You know
Pitts.
what? You know what's sick about this too is like, so let's just say looking forward that this actually happens. Kenny Golladay 100% is a New York Giant. You know what this means is that culture is back. People want to play here.
Yes,
That
yes.
freaking rock.
Yes.
Joe
Like,
Judge.
And the fact that he was able to. The fact that he was able to, like, he wanted to go and set up a
Yeah,
meeting
he's willing
go see
to
the
fly
Giants.
out to come and meet.
Because
And
remember earlier
that's
today
insane.
they were saying that like he didn't want to be a part of the Giants or Patriots because of that Patricia connection, but it seems like he actually wanted to play for the Giants. Like he's trying to push for it, and the Bengals
And I
offered
knew
him like a.
when Saquon retweeted that doesn't Kenny look good in this jersey, I knew it was real. Because there's no way that he would retweet that for no reason. Like that's a weird thing to retweet if you don't know something's up.
Real quick, I find this hilarious, and then I'm gonna get to the last 2 super chats. The Patriots, as of 56 seconds ago, according to Ian Rappaport, are signing Calvin Noy. That's hilarious.
No, I don't like Van Noy. I don't like screw Van Noy.
No,
Screw
I'm
Van
with
Noy.
Steffi. I wanted Van Noy on the team. I thought he
Overrated.
would have been nice.
Overrated guy. Overrated.
I don't think he's
not
overrated.
He's
Are
good.
the Patriots like selling drugs? Where are they getting all this
I
money?
know.
They had
from?
the
You know?
third most cap
They
space.
must have a side hustle.
It's
They
like
got
the
a side hustle.
49ers. It's like they're cheating the salary cap.
Listen,
Oh my
man,
God, I'm so
Robert Kraft.
angry.
Robert Kraft selling a lot of mac and
That's
cheese
my
nowadays,
boy.
man. So
Is that even the same Kraft? I don't think that's the same.
Yeah,
Kraft.
that is.
Wait, he's the
yeah.
Kraft from Kraft mac
He's
and
the
cheese?
mac and cheese
I didn't
guy.
think that was
yeah.
the same thing.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
Robert Kraft.
Real quick, shout out to OGR Sports for the $5 super chat. He said, "P.S. I'm going to the Chargers and Giants game, barring fans being let in. Good stuff, great guests as usual." Bro, I'm telling you, if the ticket prices didn't skyrocket, I would be at one of these games this year. But I'm sorry, I can't.
Didn't they say they were starting at 100?
Yeah, but I'm gonna assume because they're gonna prioritize season ticket holders first, that a lot of these tickets are probably gonna be on the resale market rather than you being able to get them on your hands yourself.
Yeah,
That's usually how it goes. So
Wait,
yeah.
what are we talking about? Going to a game?
Yeah. And then shout out to Big Pat Sports Talk, guys.
I'm going to a game.
You're going to a game?
Hell yeah! I think the Giants are gonna be playing in Tampa this year, right?
Don't they play? Yeah, they play.
They play Tampa. Is it in Tampa?
And they play the Dolphins next year if we have the 17th game.
Yeah, I ain't going to Miami though. That's too far. that's 4 hours. And I ain't doing that.
Yeah, that's pretty far. You might as well come to New York.
Yeah, Tampa's 45 minutes from me, so I just hop over there.
Yeah,
real
but
quick.
I think they do play in Tampa, so.
Yeah, shout out to Big Pat
I went to
Sports
their
Talk.
past games in Tampa.
He says, "Told you guys Riddick wasn't top tier." And great signing for us with the Vikings defense.
Hold on.
Wait, let me finish it. Can I finish the super chat?
Bam.
He says, "Golladay allows us to do whatever we want in the draft. Let's go." All right, Steffi, you have something to say. You could go first, then KB, then Diggy.
It definitely is not. It doesn't allow us to do whatever we want. Do we get flexibility? Hell yeah, which is awesome. But it's definitely not giving us whatever we want.
I'm very perplexed right now of what that person said that Hassan Riddick was. What did he say? What was the exact words he said?
It's Big Pat. He says Hassan Riddick isn't top tier.
Hassan Riddick, listen, it proved my point that Hassan Riddick was. I said this. I said Hassan Riddick was going to get signed to a cheap contract because he only has 1 year production and his first year as a pass rusher. Yes, he had 12.5 sacks. That's why I said his ceiling is insanely high. Why the Giants should have signed him, because they would have got him for so cheap. His market value and all of his offers will range from $8 to $12 million. Nothing more, nothing less. So if we were able to get him for how much the Panthers got him, oh my God, I'd be going through the roof right now because I know he can have another 12 sack season. I know he can do that, especially another year as a pass. And the Giants have been doing so well with these underrated pass rushers and doing something with them. Kyler Fackrell, Marcus Golden, and even Lorenzo Carter, he was doing well until he got hurt. So, and Jabbar Shearer was putting in work his first couple weeks with us. So
yeah.
We can do things with pass rushers, man. And Patrick Graham knows a thing or two about pass rushers, man. We brought in Hassan Riddick in here. I guarantee you, with his off-ball skills and his pass rush skills, he would have been an excellent piece to this defense for $8 million.
Don't you feel like they have a plan, though? Like, I kind of think
100%.
all of this is very calculated.
I think that plan is Jalen Phillips.
Like, yeah.
Hopefully.
Jalen, we'll see.
Hopefully.
I mean, I really don't think it's Jalen. But yeah, go ahead, Steffi.
Oh, there's always a plan.
Yeah, I mean,
no, there's not always a plan with the New York Giants.
I'll tell you this.
There's
always a plan with Joe Judge.
I think Joe Judge has a plan. I think
Joe Judge
has a plan. But Hassan Reddick, man, I think Hassan Reddick is going to have another double-digit sack season, and Giants fans are going to be mad that we didn't sign him.
I'm gonna be pissed.
I'm already pissed.
$8 million, man.
I'll be the first one to say it.
Once again, though, right? Before we even say anything, we were just discussing the fact that Golladay wants to come here, right? It's a two-way street.
Yeah, I guarantee you. I guarantee you. Mark my words. Hassan Reddick's gonna have another 10+ sack season. They're gonna restructure his contract. He's gonna be paid more money.
Yeah, he's gonna get paid big money.
Yep.
And like November or something.
And real quick, this is for Zach Rosenblatt as well, just because I had him up to announce the Afitu signing. And the contract, by the way, details released 1 year, $2.5 million. I can't.
For Odenabo?
I bet you they're going to be like, we paid him too much money. We paid him so much.
Let's go.
$2.5 million? That is amazingly cheap.
How much?
$2.5 million.
$2.5 million.
$2.5 million. That's good, man.
I'm refreshing Giants Twitter to see the people complaining about us overpaying.
Before I say the Rosenblatt thing, Giants Twitter had me so fed up with people complaining today that I low-key was trolling them because the only thing I was tweeting out all day was Wave Weddleman. Dave Gettleman only knows W's. He's the best gym in the NFL. Because I'm like, I had to counteract all the negativity.
I was tweeting out Corvettes for like a day straight. Just Corvettes.
But in general, I mean, like this
man.
offseason, it goes back to what OGR was saying earlier from the chat. He's like, day one, everybody was so just depressed. I mean, it's like, yo, just have some patience. Like, it's going to work out. You guys had a lot of faith in Joe Judge before the offseason started, and then it started, and for some reason that that faith disappeared almost.
Yeah, I love the like fake like I believe in Joe Judge, and then you don't believe in the things that come along with it. Like, you actually don't because.
Well, the thing is, yeah, the thing is, the things that they agree with, they're saying is of Joe Judge is doing, and then the things that they don't agree with, they say is they get him and fire, get him. Listen,
remember like all the "In Reese We Trust" hashtags. In Reese We Trust.
In Reese We Trust. Oh my God. Man. Oh God. In Reese We Trust. Freaking Jerry Reese, man.
Please just. Everyone, just get it together.
I was so convinced that Eric Flowers was going to be like a Hall of Famer, just because of like how tall he was, how big he was, and he shut down Greg Hardy in like his third game.
What an account right there.
After that, man.
Oh, I'm waiting for this to pop up. Shout out to Kidblue's left eyebrow for $5 super chat. He says, imagine running the RPO with Danny Wheels, that's his new nickname, plus Saquon in the backfield and Golladay out wide. That's going to be deadly.
And guess what? Jalen Waddle on the other side.
Here comes the money.
I hope so. But like I said,
sleep on Ross, okay? Everyone.
I want John Ross to like revive his entire career.
He will. Like, that's our Cinderella story. I'm telling you.
I saw that video too where you were saying that he'd be the next Cinderella.
I feel it. Like
I hope so.
It's just something about Daniel Jones and John Ross on the same field that just makes me just see like a bunch of touchdowns.
Yes,
see, I'm happy about it.
Here's the thing. You don't sign John. Listen, you don't sign John Ross. Like, no one's signing him to be the wide receiver one. You're signing him to get 1 to 2 touchdowns a game and to get the deep ball. Period. Yeah. That's it. Like, the guy is too quick. And then he ends up hurting himself. Yeah, that's fine. You're trying to use him like being productive. You know, like he's too quick. He's gonna hurt himself. So what you do is you just give the ball to John Ross to go get 1 touchdown, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, put him on a snap count.
You can't beat him. Like that's it. Like period. You can use him like Golden Tate, but better. You know,
right.
like
so
like imagine replacing Golden Tate with John 4.22. Come on.
And that's why I just want to see. I just want to see John Ross and Jalen Waddle on the field. Like defenses are going to like play like prevent defense, and then you turn around and hand it off to Saquon.
Or you just throw it deep to your big wide receiver target, Kenny Golladay.
That would be ridiculous.
Oh my God,
that would be ridiculous.
I'm really glad about the fact that you guys brought up. It's not like we signed to be the number one. Some people, this is not Giants fans, but like general NFL fans, were like, "Oh my God, the Giants signed John Ross. Like, what are y'all doing?" I'm like, "Yo,
we signed him for $2 million,
bro. You know he's a depth receiver.
His contract's a joke.
We could literally cut him in training camp and not
$1 million guaranteed money. $1 million in guaranteed money. That is it. We cut him. Yeah, we save more money.
Exactly.
We save more money anyway. So, I'm gonna play devil's advocate just a little bit, so we just come back to reality a little bit.
If you say the word drops,
No. John Ross is exactly Corey Coleman. Exactly.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Yeah, but Corey Coleman didn't get the shot, so we give him the shot. And John Ross is a chip on his shoulder.
But that's what we have to do. But like, let me give you the comparison here. They were both drafted in the first round. They're both known for their speed coming out the first round. They're both known for having a limited route tree, although I think John Ross runs better routes than Corey Coleman. That is the same. They both have serious injury issues, and they're both looking for another opportunity with another team, and that being the New York Giants. They are so similar on almost all accounts. I hope he just stays healthy. That's it, because Corey Coleman, he could have been on this roster right now, and we didn't need to sign John Ross if he was healthy.
Speaking injuries just quickly is like the one thing that the Giants are so bad at, especially like since OBJ, is they're very good at abusing players. So now you're getting enough players that you can split targets. Like Ingram actually has a shot now because he doesn't have to be the main targeted player on the entire
team. He'll be the third option at best.
So if he drops,
it's like John Ross, you can actually make an offensive scheme. We've never had this. This is beautiful. You have options now. It's like you want to throw a deep ball, you got John Ross. You want to do this, you got Golladay. You want to go to
here's the thing.
Like, there's options. They don't get hurt. hurt that
Are
way.
they the word that Diggy coined? Are they Garrett proof? That's the question.
Are they Garrett
Are
proof?
they
That's a
Garrett
good
proof?
question. I think
Yeah, but
Golladay.
here's the thing. But
I
here's
think
the
Golladay
thing.
is Garrett proof. That's
But
it.
here's what I would say though. When you add receivers that specialize in so like I'm sorry, Darius Slayton, although he's a burner, I don't think he specializes in being a burner. He's not special enough. Sterling Shepard, although I love Sterling Shepard, I don't think he's that special. We have Kenny Golladay who will be special. John Ross has special speed, and if we get Jalen Waddle, that's a special type of wide receiver. There's no way you can mess that up.
Real
You
quick.
can't mess that up.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Real quick, I got two
can't.
super chats I need to get to. Shout out to Max Webster for the $2 super chat. He said, "If we sign Kenny Golladay, I am snatching that jersey." Who's with me?
Who said that?
Max Webster.
I don't know if I'm getting his jersey, but I will get Daniel Jones's jersey.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get DJ's jersey. And something I wanted to mention too was what Steffi mentioned earlier, like using him like Golden Tate. Imagine putting John Ross on a wide receiver screen and it works and it goes the distance. Like please, I'm tired of this.
But listen, we didn't even give Golden Tate a wide. We gave him one last year and he scored with it. Like all 38 years, 49-year-old Golden Tate scored on like an 80-yard screen.
You know that Golden Tate was one of the most reliable players on the entire team, though? Like, it's like, imagine giving, you know, and I will give Garrett, you know, if Garrett messes up this year, though, we better send him to the moon halfway through the season.
Well,
like,
do you feel better now that Freddie Kitchens is like a senior offensive assistant or something?
Yeah, I saw that. And you know what? That's a move that they do to get ready to push him right out the door if they need to. You know, like, you don't do that unless you think through and have the possibility to get rid of Jason Garrett. I think Jason Garrett is hanging on by a very, very loose string here. I mean, I think they're well aware that he is most likely not going to come back after this season. I don't think he deserved to come back after this season. But I mean, you're taking his playbook from Ingram reverse, which is like this little. And then now you're giving him all these weapons because you know they're about to pick up if you think they're not drafting a wide receiver with Golladay, they're still drafting a wide receiver at some point in this draft.
And speaking of Ingram, since you brought him up, I've been saying for a couple times now, if we just get a couple legit weapons, Evan Ingram automatically becomes better because he's no longer the number one target, and I think that takes a good amount of weight off
with him, it's mental. It's just so much pressure on him. But I have a theory about the Freddie Kitchens thing. I think Joe Judge likes to push these people's buttons until they get themselves fired. Like he obviously wanted Colombo fired, so he brought in someone else and said, "Oh, go talk over his shoulder and just do everything opposite from what he's doing, make him mad, so eventually he'll get fired." And I think that's what he's doing with Freddie Kitchens. Freddie Kitchens is going to be coming in and saying, "Well, I disagree with this. I don't think that your plan is all that great," and he's eventually going to get him fired. I really think that he's like trying to make him fire himself, basically.
I think Garrett says, "How can you not like curls? How can you?"
He's like, "This is a curl route. This is."
He's like, "This is the pinnacle of route running."
Listen. If the first game of the season I don't see a mesh concept with those speedy receivers, oh my god.
Listen, man.
Oh my god.
The thing is, though, if you have Waddle and John Ross, when they run a curl route, they should be open because defenses should be trying to get down the field.
And they got low center of gravity.
Can we not call Jess curl routes?
Yeah, I mean, can we just not do that?
Can we expand outside of the curl routes and the Ingram reverse? Because I will lose my mind.
I remember I saw Golden Tate run a literal. It was like 3rd and 25, and Golden Tate ran to 25 yards and turned around, and then I actually caught the curl route in slow motion. And I was like, "There's no way that this should work ever. There's just no way that this should work."
So that's a Madden thing, right?
It's just like,
it worked. You hit the button by accident.
Money
it worked.
Shout out to Bobby Woodruff for the $2 super chat. He says, "Hi Hub, can I come on to talk to Steffi, please?" Bobby, unfortunately not.
Who is it, Bobby?
Yes, Bobby.
You got a fan.
That's my boy. Hi, Bobby. Love you so much.
And then shout out to.
No, I haven't been around. You know, Giant Station drives me crazy. You guys are like kicking me out of the community. I can't take it, guys. Like, it's really upsetting. It's like, and I love. This is how I started out. Like, and it sucks because I can't stand it anymore. I hate you guys.
What?
Not all of you, but like in general, it's like the harassment is too much. So I had to take a step back from Giant Station, like for my own mental health. Like seriously.
Yeah, for my comments, man. Like, yeah.
Shout out to
Yeah.
KB's left eyebrow.
Now I just either tweet shit and I I'll turn off replies or I just tweet the conversation.
That's what I had to do. Like I tweeted this thing where I said the Giants will have the fastest offense, just like as an observation. I didn't say like, oh, let's go. We have the best receiver core. I said we'll have the fastest offense if we take Waddle. And I have like 50 old men telling me it doesn't matter if you don't have an offensive line. I'm like,
Oh God!
I had to mute it. I just had to.
And you would think they would know better, right?
And KB's left eyebrow for the $2 super chat. He says, "I heard Gettleman is gonna cash app GOLLADAY today.
Here we go.
He's gonna cash app him his stimmy, bro. That's
The
what
stimmy.
That must be from.
I don't
Wesley.
think any of them qualify for the stimulus.
And then shout out to
man.
Talking Giants. This is Bobby specifically. Thank you for $5 super chat. He says, sorry couldn't jump
Bobby.
on, but listening while doing the Vikings film. Thank you, Bobby. And guys, that means he's going to get that out by tomorrow because he works fast.
Oh, yeah.
He had the fullback film out today, and we signed, the day before. So keep your eye out for that. And let me go real quick. You guys are talking Waddle a lot. So what I'm hearing from y'all is basically if we do sign GOLLADAY, you're still going with a weapon at 11. Is that the general consensus?
If he's there,
That's what
if
I
he's
would
there,
do.
Yeah.
I
If
mean,
he's
I
there,
wouldn't
I'm
force
pulling
it.
the
Yeah.
trigger.
Yeah, like if it's for me now, I felt that if the top three were gone before, I would consider Bateman, or I would consider trading back. But now, if the top three are gone, I'm probably looking at a corner because Curtis Samuel just got signed. I'm not that scared of him, but I just basically want to just kill the. I don't want them to have any sort of excitement with Curtis Samuel against us. I just don't want it.
Yeah,
Okay.
So we had to lock him up.
Okay.
So Diggy, I then ask you the question: if it's just Waddle there, and then Caleb Farley is there, who you go?
Just Waddle and Caleb Farley.
Yeah, that. Those are our.
I'm not
like,
taking.
I'm taking
either
Waddle.
of them.
Waddle.
I'm taking
Yeah.
Waddle.
Yeah.
And who are you taking then, Steffi, if you're not taking either?
Guys, I think we need to, at this point, if we take GOLLADAY, and I was very, I really didn't think this was going to come to fruition. This is like crazy to me because this is seriously a power move by the Giants. Having GOLLADAY on this team, and not even, and I speak on it all the time, and I said it a little bit, it's like, someone like GOLLADAY wants to play
Exactly.
the New York Giants. That's crazy to me.
It's been a while.
I think what you need to do then, and this wide receiver class is very deep. Like there's players in the second round that are going to be studs, 120%. I think you need to add to the O-line again, and don't get mad
In
at
the
me,
first
but
round?
it's not strong enough though. Like we're not there. So if Slater is there, you take Slater 120%. You gotta protect Daniel Jones at this point. I mean, like show him that you got him these weapons for a reason. And I know it's very exciting to like want to take another wide receiver, but if we get GOLLADAY, like just calm down. We can take someone in the second round.
See, I have PTSD with the no weapons thing, and I just want to make sure we don't have to deal with that. But if I were to consider an offensive lineman, I would probably want to trade back and take a Wyatt Davis, or trade back and take Elijah Vera Tucker, because Rashawn Slater, I mean, I kind of want to give Matt Parrott. He's mine too.
I think
but
he's
I kind
better
of want to
than
give Matt Parrott a chance. And then I would think that we will probably be better served replacing that guard.
I just think that Matt Parrott, I think that he is very versatile. I think that they can find a way to utilize him. Like, I just think that he can do whatever almost. They just need to Can you guys promise me that Cam Fleming isn't coming back? Can someone just do that?
He's not coming back.
There's no way he's coming back.
Everyone promises me.
I promise you, because Nate Solder's back, so I don't think they're gonna add Fleming back too.
And I'm pissed about Nate Solder, but I'm also kind of happy. Like I think it'll be a good thing.
Yeah,
in the long run.
I'm the conductor of the Matt Parrott train, and
no, you are not.
I've been talking about Matt Parrott before we even drafted him.
I called us drafting him. So
okay,
I called us drafting him too.
Since we're one-upping each other, ain't
nobody
done what I did.
I'll build a seat right next to me.
Ain't nobody did what I did. I mocked us drafting Thomas at 4 and Parrott at 99.
I know.
In the same draft.
Huh?
Listen.
In the same mock draft?
No, not in the same mock draft.
Exactly. I did the same thing too then.
I got all the picks right.
Thomas, because I'm still pissed about that pick, and I will not forgive the New York Giants.
I wanted Jedrick Wills, but that's
wait. Hold on. Oh, wait, hold on. You would not forgive the New York Giants for drafting Thomas?
I don't love him yet. And you're not gonna get
Trust
me
me,
to love
trust
him.
me.
I don't
Steffi,
care.
just go watch my We Need to
I
Talk
promise
episode
you.
on
I
Andrew Thomas. You're
promise
gonna
you.
love
I
him.
don't love
That's
him
all you
yet.
gotta
I
do.
love
Listen,
that
Steffi.
he had a broken whatever because that
Steffi.
means that he was actually injured.
I promise you, by the end of this season, you'll change your mind.
No, Matt
Promise.
Peart is better than Andrew Thomas.
Okay, now we're going
That's
into
cap.
some
You know, take the hat off. That's cap.
some uncharted
Take the hat off.
territories now. You got some bold, some bold
People are like, she's canceled for that. It's fine. I don't care. I just don't like Andrew Thomas, yo. Like, I don't love him. I love him
promise
in
you.
the sense that I'm happy that we have him, but I wanted Wirfs over him.
Okay,
Okay.
that's
Shout out to
fair.
Bob.
I don't think that that's unfair. He definitely
fair.
ended up being better.
I will say this. Shout out to Bobby again for the $2 super chat. He says, "Hi, Kidblue, my friend. Will you let me on?" KB, answer that real quick.
He's like, okay, so if you won't let me on, I'm gonna go to
Exactly.
the other guy. I'm gonna go to the other guy. Can you let me on? This is not my stream, so I can't. I have no power in that. So
It's as if Kidblue's not the co-host anymore, guys. You see him backing away from power. Shout out to Max Webster for the $2 super chat. He says, "Wait, Steph, the paired Supers fan, wants OT round 1," and I can't tell what emojis those are, but a couple emojis with it. I wasn't thinking OT round 1, but in terms of the offensive line, I was thinking
I
to
just
myself,
don't. I think we should have traded down. If you're going to take someone like Andrew Thomas, you don't draft him where we were. You trade the hell down, and then you get him later. You
But
did not need to.
who do you
take
trade
him.
with at that point?
Thomas was the best. I don't care what nobody says. Thomas was the best tackle in college football at the time. It's just like during
Why
the
you
combine.
always lie?
No, listen, it's just that during the
I don't know about
combine.
that.
During the combine, that's when everybody
Come on.
started going up. No, but Jedrick Wills was a right tackle. Jedrick, and you
Jedrick
can
Wills
interchange
is-
them. You can interchange them, but he was the best left tackle in all of college football.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So that's why.
Yo, y'all need to check out my We Need to Talk episode. Somebody dropped the link to that where I address all of this. And if you're not convinced after that, this season, I will say this, though. I mean, I feel like everybody's keeping their eye on Thomas this season, not just because of the ankle thing, but because, well, what we're doing right now. We're always going to be comparing him to his draft mates, Mekhi Becton, Jedrick Wills, and Tristan Wirfs. That's just always going to be the fact. Which brings me to somebody else that we're keeping our eye on in 2020, or 2021, I should say. Daniel Jones. What are y'all expecting from Danny Dimes this year, especially if we actually do get him his weapons? Let me start off with
Hold up.
Steffi.
Before people answer,
Yeah, what
let's
happened?
get these likes up, man. You got 70-something likes and 155 in the stream. Come on now.
Thank you,
Woo,
Diggy.
I think that's the top.
This stream is booming, though, man.
We topped our
Our record is like
highest,
120.
our highest. So appreciate everybody in the stream, the Young Guns podcast, man.
But yeah, go ahead, Steph. You can start off with Danny Dimes.
I think that this is it. Like Daniel, he needs to prove himself now. You're getting what you need. You need to, if they can fix the O-line the way that it needs to be fixed, then he needs to just get it done. And I think that he will. I mean, to expect, and there's a lot of hate in the fantasy community across the league for people that just do like football coverage but they also forget, this is what Daniel was working with, right? Literally a poop O-line. That's just it. It was crap. A tight end that can't catch the ball lost 35 points for the team.
He caught
You
6
have
interceptions.
Slayton. Yeah, right. And then you have Slayton, who is the second most targeted person, losing another 11 points. That's 2 games lost. Okay. And then you have Saquon Barkley, who's hurt, and you have a Jason Garrett offense. Give me a break. Are you kidding me?
It's Duke all
how
over
are you
again.
going to judge this young man? Give me a break. Seriously, give me a break. Like, he had the potential that Daniel Jones has is ginormous. I mean, he's a
giant.
mobile. It's giant. You're right. It's giant.
Oh, God,
But he's
that
so
was-
mobile. Like, the boy he's so quick.
He had a couple like 60-yard running touchdowns at Duke. So when he did it at the NFL level, I'm like, people shouldn't be surprised because he was doing it at Duke. Diggy said it was Duke all over again because of the lack of help and whatnot in the offense, which low-key was kind of true. Go ahead, Diggy.
Yeah, I mean, I expect DJ to be the quarterback that I've always seen him as. I mean, I don't understand what TV people are watching, but to me, DJ this year is going to really take off. It might not show up in the stats because we're getting back Saquon, but he's going to have complete control of this offense. He's going to manage this game, and that's not a bad thing. And I think he's going to make a lot of big plays with his arm, with his legs. And I think we're going to be a real winning kind of team. We're going to see a major leap, and he's going to get a lot more respect than he has in the past. Well, at least he should, but we're Giants fans, so, I mean, he probably won't. But he'll get more respect in the Giants community. I think he's going to answer a lot of questions. And if he doesn't, there really aren't much excuses for him. If we get GOLLADAY and if we get any wide receiver in the first 3 rounds and we shore up the line and the line looks good, there's no excuses at all for him. So this is his last stand, and I think he's going to prove himself.
Yeah, go ahead there, KB.
Yeah, I think this is make or break for DJ. You know, we've been the biggest DJ apologists for 2 years now, I guess. And so, even being an apologist for him, I think this is time, his 3rd year. Now he's getting the weapons that he needs to have in order to be successful, especially if we get another wide receiver in the draft.
And you've used the Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs comparison a lot.
Yeah.
He's going to be better.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I said this on Twitter earlier. Is Kenny GOLLADAY is gonna be to Daniel Jones what Stephon Diggs was to Josh Allen, and it's all in the third year too. That was Josh Allen's 3rd year. This is Daniel Jones' 3rd year now, and this is where he's gonna take that leap. Hopefully, it will make Daniel Jones, even just close to what Josh Allen was this year, because that would be insane, and that will pay off so much. So that's honestly what I think, and so. It's all on Daniel Jones now. It's all on Daniel Jones. If he fails to, throw receivers open or whatever the case may be, or if he fails to be accurate with these receivers wide open, he fails to score points, and his stats are looking like 10 touchdowns to 9 interceptions again, then we're gonna have some issues. We're gonna have a lot of issues, and we might have to be looking for another quarterback. Exactly. we might have to be looking for a new quarterback. But listen, it's all on Daniel Jones. I believe he can do it. It's just, will he execute? He has the talent to do it. Will he execute is the question. So now is the big test for Daniel Jones. He has no more excuses. You can't say he has no offensive line. Well, we should help the offensive line, and we're not going to have Zeitler there, but these guys should be a lot better.
Bros.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
These guys it's not a given that he'll be there in a second, though. Yeah.
But the weapons, though, the weapons are what really should help Daniel Jones. If he still fails, then we got an issue.
And everyone acts like people remember that one of Eli Manning's worst regular seasons was 2007, right? Like, it was not a good season. You don't need to be an elite quarterback to win Super Bowls. You need to just be a great quarterback in the playoffs. Like, that's it. Okay, you got to get there, and then we can figure it out. Daniel Jones' potential is astronomical. I mean, like, he has every attribute that you could imagine Daniel Jones has. He just needs to be given the environment to flourish. So if they do that and he fails, get him off the team. Seriously, like, period. I mean, I'm not gonna apologize for Daniel Jones much more past this year. Yeah. And no one has apologized for Mr. Daniel Jones more than myself. So
2 super chats that are connected to each other. Shout out to Danny Thomas for the $5 one. He said, "Salute from Northern California. PTA Sports told me to come here. Thank you for tuning in, Danny." And then PTA himself super chatted with a $5 super chat. Thank you. He says, "Let's go." What's up, everybody? And then Ash Money Records with a $5 super chat. He says something in regards to when Steffi was talking about trading down during the Andrew Thomas pick. He said Gelman milked the whole clock trying to trade down. What do you guys say to that?
Maybe. I mean, maybe he was just listening to what was there. I don't know. Maybe I don't think he was trying to sell. I mean, he might.
I don't think he was actively trying to think.
When's the last time the Giants traded down?
That's a good question.
Never.
Never.
I don't remember it.
I mean, I was born in the early 90s, so I don't remember. I've never seen.
Maybe we traded in like the 6th round or something in like 2013 or something.
Round.
But
I don't think that's ever happened.
We traded.
We're not that team.
Yeah, we traded down at one point for a couple years ago in like the 6th round. So
that might be like that might be like an Ernie Accorsi thing or a George Young thing, because all of our GMs are under that tree, and they all just say, "I'm going to just stand where I am and I'm going to take the best player." Mm-hmm. But back to like the quarterback wide receiver thing, we saw it with Dak and Amari Cooper, a huge leap. We saw it with Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen, a huge leap. We saw it with Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins. And then we expect Daniel Jones to do it without a number one receiver. So I'm happy that it looks like we're going to finally get him one. And I expect he should make at least a Dak level kind of leap.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe, from what I'm trying to remember right now, I believe the last time we traded down was with the Patriots in like the 6th or 7th round.
Yeah.
And with that traded down pick, we got Adam Bisnawadi, that tackle, that random tackle that didn't make the team. That was I think 2017.
Early in the draft.
Yeah, early in the draft.
Yeah, it never happens. We usually trade up.
It never happens.
We usually are trading up from the 2nd to the 1st or like early 2nd or something.
Yeah.
For safety.
Right? Landon Collins, and then we got DeAndre Baker, the cornerback.
Oh, yeah.
It's always
trade
secondary.
To trade up, yeah, when we trade up.
Real quick, do you guys think that we kind of chose the secondary over the defensive line in the sense that maybe we chose Logan Ryan over Dalvin Tomlinson? What do you guys think about that? I saw somebody kind of putting that out there into the Giants media verse earlier, and I was like, the contracts, I guess, would have been similar, maybe off by like $3 million if we kept Dalvin. But I'm like, maybe Patrick Graham is just valuing the secondary more because he is a guy that believes in, shutting down the pass a lot. So I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
That's the thing that I have to wait to see what happens and how they really play out this defense, because if they really believe in Austin Johnson, like, because they re-signed him before Dalvin signed away, so they had a plan and they re-signed Austin Johnson. So we'll see what happens there, where they put him out, but I would have to wait and see before I give my like absolute opinion, because with Logan Ryan, it was confusing even before Dalvin was let go, even way before when they re-signed Logan. It was confusing because we have Xavier McKinney, so we still have 3 safeties. So are we still putting out those 3 safety sets? If so, now we have 4 safeties because Julian Love is there. Are we going to put him back at corner? So there's a bunch of question marks there as far as, why did we let Dalvin go and keep Logan Ryan? Their contract would have been somewhat similar, but Dalvin Tomlinson got paid a lot of money. He got paid almost 16 a year, right? Something like that?
No,
not 16 a year. He
got paid 11.
Okay, it was 11 a year, but 16 in 2021. So that's how much the cap hit was going to be in 2021 for him. So of course, I would take that deal all the way for Minnesota. So there was probably no chance of him coming back. He said he was going to take a hometown discount. I don't know.
I think he would have. I think he would have. Yeah.
We'll see what happens though. But I don't know if I should be mad at it, because it's not like Logan Ryan's a terrible player. He was a really good player for us last year. So if we can find a way to maintain that defensive line, whether that be Austin Johnson or BJ Hill, however they switch around the rotation. If they found a way to maintain the production of that defensive line and still have Logan Ryan back there doing his thing, then I'll be okay with it.
I mean, I think the way our defense is set up, 3 safeties is the starting defense. When I did all of my film breakdowns last year, 3 safeties were on the field every single play.
Yes.
Julian Love was like 20 yards deep, and our 2 safeties were like basically a second level of linebackers. So we need 3 safeties to be starters. So I think that's why they re-signed him. He's a starter.
They play a lot of big nickel. It's not just regular nickel. It's
because a lot of people think that like, okay, we re-signed his safety and he's not going to be on the field, but he's going to play pretty much every snap.
And you know what they're doing? They're using Jabril as a nickel backer. So they're putting Blake Martinez and Jabril Peppers together as nickel backers. So it's really smart what they're doing, and it's working. So I love it.
And don't forget that Xavier McKinney is way more versatile than everyone is giving him credit. Like, I understand he did not play that much, but please remember that he played multiple positions in college. Like, I think that he's the Band-Aid. I think that that's why you don't necessarily go crazy in the draft and in the first round take a cornerback, because I think that McKinney can fill that hole that we kind of need. So I think they need to be easy on that a little bit. I'd rather address other things because I think we can use McKinney as our Band-Aid.
McKinney is extremely versatile. A lot of people said
I like Yadam.
McKinney played outside for a couple of snaps this year.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. He was a quarterback for a while in college.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, like this past year for the Giants, like they used him as like a cover 3 corner. So.
And we didn't really see him, like we didn't see that much of McKinney, and I think that's part of Giants Nation's frustration. That was a rhyme, and I hate that just rhymed. Is like we didn't see him, and he was our 2nd round pick, so it's very frustrating. But remember, he is still there, and he's coming back, and his potential this season is hot.
Shout out to PTA Sports for the $2 super chat. He says, Big Cat You're welcome, Giants fans. Yeah, if there was one dude that was always on the Leonard Williams train, it's definitely PTA.
He was off for a second when he saw those numbers, but I guess he felt better when he saw the first year.
Yeah.
Then shout out to Hakeem for the $2 super chat. He says Jalen Twyman, 3rd round. Does anybody
Tyler Shelvin, 3rd round.
Anybody else got any 3rd round picks they want to see?
But I like Twyman. I like Shelvin. Those are 2 guys. that's a little high for McKitty, but I like McKitty too.
McKitty.
That's a hilarious last name.
I think it's just a name.
No, it's not. He's
actually good.
I know he's good. Yeah, I know he's good.
His early film, his later film, and even today, his pro day, like he's a very good player. His Senior Bowl performance was impressive. He's going to be the guy that, like he's on the bench and then someone messes up or gets hurt and they're like, all right, go ahead, McKitty, you got to do it now. And then he's just going to crush. I promise.
Who's getting hurt? Let's see here. Who's the Sterling Shepard of the defense? 1 concussion away from retirement. Does anybody
Jalen Phillips when we draft
when we draft Phillips.
Yeah. Me and Diggy were just talking about that. The guy has a bunch of concussions.
But there's nobody really on our defense like that right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, everybody kind of stays intact. Everybody kind of stays intact, right? I mean, Jabril Peppers is the guy, actually.
Remember the guy who the most injury-prone player I've ever seen in my life is JT Thomas. He played like one game.
No.
4 years.
No. You know who's the most injury-prone guy that we had? John Beeson. John Beeson never
played long enough to make an impact, though. JT Thomas didn't even make it. He did. He carried our defense. Our defense was like 23rd, and he took us to like a top 5 defense.
Once we traded for John Beeson, and he was playing. I'm talking in the preseason, he would go out for months. In the every single year we had, that's why we had to let him go.
Guys, I'm about to shut down both your opinions because this is a guy that hasn't been cut yet that fits that description. Sam Beal.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I beat you 100%. To it. I beat you to it.
Why hasn't this man been cut yet? Why is Sam Beal?
And like I said, I have a theory that Sam Beal is the best corner on our team, and like they see him and they're like, if he could only stay healthy, I feel like he's our best corner.
Stop the cap. But for real though, why haven't guys like Pulley and Beal been
our
cut?
best corner? What are you talking about? Oh man!
And then shout out for PTA Sports for another $2 super chat. He says, "Dap me up, bro. I can't dap you up through the camera, man. Well, you know what I'm saying? Let me get in there. Yeah, what's up, man?
I don't even know how to do that. So.
You don't know how to give a dap?
No, I give a dap. I just don't think.
Clap and then you hold on.
Okay, I can't wait. Kidblue, wait till I meet you in person. We're gonna dap for sure.
Why is Drip Giants talking trash in the comments, man?
Huh?
Drip
I bet Drip Giants is 5'5".
Nah, KB, aren't you 5'4"?
Oh God, no! You guys don't even want to know my height. I hit 5 and I stopped. I hit 5.
Me too, Kidblue.
Yeah, the struggle.
Whatever KB's height is, Drip, you're 1 inch shorter.
Yeah. Drip Giant says Kidblue is 5'6". I wish.
Are you guys? I got a real question for you.
What are you talking about?
I got a real question for y'all because Washington fans, they've been wilding out a little bit because just because they got one division title and they feel like they're the best in the NFC East, right?
I was attacked by a Washington fan when I talked about Kenny Golladay. I don't know where the hell he came from. He doesn't follow me. I don't follow him. He just came out of nowhere talking
about.
They
always find you.
But we got Curtis Samuel.
Yeah, they do. They always find you.
They come out of nowhere. I'm like, we got Curtis Samuel. Like, okay. Like I'm over here talking about Kenny Golladay. You're over here talking about Curtis Samuel. Like, and he's like, I'd rather have Curtis Samuel for 10 than
I bet you would. Kenny Golladay for 18.
I said, come back to this tweet after this year. That's what I said. Come back to this tweet after this year. We'll talk about it.
Curtis Samuel has never scared me, man. Like he's a hybrid receiver. I never wanted him.
He souped up Tavon Austin.
No, that's disrespectful. But he's better.
Souped up. He's souped up. He's souped up. What the hell is that disrespectful? He's what Tavon Austin was supposed to be. Tavon Austin
was supposed to be a lot better. Tavon Austin was supposed to be Tyreek Hill, basically.
Yeah, but he's a guy that you can use as a running back. What Curtis Samuel was used as.
Did you guys see the Washington fan tweet rolling around on Twitter saying that the best cornerback in the NFC East is now in Washington? I'm like, so did James Bradbury die or something?
Wait a second. I don't even think William Jackson is.
Disrespect on Bradbury is disgusting.
Facts.
Wait, for which corner, Kush?
First off, I don't even think that
Not
I don't
even
think
Kendall.
that William Jackson is the
William
best
Jackson.
corner on Washington.
It's Kendall.
It's Kendall
Like-
Fuller. Which is kind of scary, though. I'm not going to lie.
Their
Kendall-
defense is
Kendall Fuller-
ridiculous.
Kendall
Washington
Fuller and
fans like to just
William
speak.
Jackson
Like
is-
they like to hear themselves talk,
Dude.
and then they try. Every time I get into an argument with a Washington fan, eventually it comes down to them saying, "Oh, you're right." Like you guys are not thinking. Like use your brain. Like, and honestly, Washington scares me. I'm not gonna lie. I think
Yeah.
what
Their
they
defense
are
is
doing
incredible.
over there is impressive.
Yeah.
Like. If you want to rebuild a team, you rebuild it like Washington. You don't rebuild like the Browns or the Arizona Cardinals. Like that's not the way you rebuild. You rebuild like Washington. So I think that Washington is impressive, but don't come saying some dumb shit like that. Like, come on, like we got to draw the line.
Nah, you know what's even dumber than the James Bradbury thing? One of them got into an argument with me today on Twitter. They were like, "Yo, Kenny, don't go to the trash Giants." I'm like, "The trash Giants been sweeping you all for 2 years, though." And then he's like, "All right, but division title." I'm like, "Yo, y'all can't beat
All
Daniel
right, but
Jones.
first round exit.
Like,
Yo,
y'all cannot
my
beat our
God.
guy and Daniel Jones, who half of the league
5
makes
and
fun
0.
of."
Wait. You know he's 6-0, right? No, not 6-0. 4-0. 4-0.
4-0 against
4-0,
Washington.
yeah.
4-0. Yeah. 2 years.
Washington will never have a quarterback ever again. They never will.
Right? They're gonna keep switching up.
They
Except
should
on
have
their-
tried
I
to
think they're
trade
gonna
for
trade up and
Deshaun.
try and get their guys still.
I really,
Oh man.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I really
Mac
want Mac Jones to
Jones.
go to Washington. I
Mac
like
Jones.
Mac Jones.
I
I
don't
don't.
know. I don't.
No.
I want him to be successful. I want him to go to like the Panthers or something. That's where I want
That's
Mac
high.
Jones.
You think going to the Panthers will make him more successful?
I think so. I think so. Christian McCaffrey over there. Hopefully they help out that
You
offensive
got some
line.
faith
It's
in Joe
not
Brady,
good.
I'm guessing.
Yeah, I got faith in Joe Brady. And
Joe
then
Brady was carried. We all saw how he got carried by.
Yeah, that's
Joe
true.
Burrow.
And the
I
receiving
can't
for
wait though for Leo
Super good.
Williams to just swallow Fitz whole. Like I'm not even lying.
Yo.
Like that, and I have joy in my heart. Like he's
The-
gonna
the way
swallow
that came out was
30-year-old
just-
man.
oh, I'm dead.
Yo, I will say this, man.
Yeah.
I'm low-key jealous of Washington's
More-
defensive line, but I know
I'm not
our,
jealous
our
of the
defense is
line.
going
Here's
to
the
go off
thing.
against them, bro.
Here's the thing, though. Their defensive line is overrated. Like, Chase Young is the highlight there, but the interior of that defensive line has been that way. Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen, Matt
It's
Ioannidis.
basically Alabama.
But they've been there for years, and we've never been scared of them. We've always been. Saquon had like 14 carries, like 170 yards on that
Saquon
team.
would have had 350 plus
Exactly
yards if they didn't
in
pull
that
him
game.
out.
Exactly, they pulled him out before the first half ended.
I fully expect Saquon to still dominate Washington.
He will.
Yeah, listen, the
Saquon's gonna
defensive line.
crap on everyone.
The defensive line is overrated, but I do fear those cornerbacks though. William Jackson and Kendall Fuller are two.
I
number
don't
one
fear
corners.
them because we're gonna have Kenny Galladay and Jalen Waddle.
Yo, this man
I mean,
deep,
I
bro.
mean,
Y'all gotta get off the Waddle thing.
I'm
I'm only pounding on the table for Waddle now because they got William Jackson, and I just don't want to see. I don't want to see Darius
Yeah.
Slayton and Sterling Shepard.
Yo, do you guys know what
Slayton's
team?
not Slayton signing Ross is because Slayton played like crap last.
Oh, do you
season.
think Ross is going to replace him, is what you're saying?
I 100%. I think
That's
we'll
what a lot
see
of people
very
think.
minimal Slayton.
Slayton's gonna be
Slayton's target
instead of-
shares are going down.
Instead of Slayton being the focal point of the offense because
He
he
was
was like
never-
he was like the last read on every single play.
11 points,
Yeah.
bro. Like,
And I think they're gonna shift Slayton to a role player. So when they need a big play or they need a distraction,
Well,
where
they
he's
don't
gonna
need
be
that.
Tate. He's
Yeah.
gonna turn into Tate.
Yeah,
Listen,
that's
just
what's
like
gonna happen.
Uber,
Listen,
who's that
he's gonna play like a 5th round pick until he proves otherwise. That's what he's gonna do. You know,
Yeah.
don't
Remember
don't
after week
overvalue
1
him.
last year, people were saying that he was going to be the next Odell.
Oh God, there's been a lot of people. I don't want to mention names, but there's a lot of people that said that that said Slayton was gonna be the number 1 guy.
Slayton,
Oh man,
I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, when you get back to
He
it,
has
it's like
it
he's
in
a
him.
5th round.
But
Yep.
and I think that you take Ross. To me that feels like you don't believe in Slayton. I don't think that has anything to do with
Because they
anything
do the
else
same
about
thing,
Slayton.
yeah.
That was a Slayton that had, in my eyes, that I felt very much that was because of the way the Slayton performed. That's
I'll
what
tell
that
you what, I
signing
know for a
was.
fact it was meant to just make him like light a fire under him because he's direct competition to him. So we'll see what happens because that's all going to be decided in training camp and
And
whatnot.
he's getting paid more than him now.
Yeah. Shout out to Danny Thomas for the $5 super chat. He says, I want to get Tamorian Terry, a wide receiver out of Florida State, 3rd round, 6'4".
Yeah.
If we sign, listen, if we have
That
John
would be
Ross,
insane, though.
if we have
Yeah,
John
that'd be
Ross and
insane.
Tamorian Terry, Slayton might not make the roster because they do exactly the same thing he does.
And
It's the exact same player.
Terry is super underrated on like
I'm
half of
not
these drafts.
saying he's I'm watching the chat right now. I'm not saying he's replacing Slayton. I'm saying that I think that that's the idea, is to use Ross in the way that they use Slayton.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think that they're going to give Ross the opportunity that he deserves, because he does deserve it. I think that the Bengals, he very much was underutilized, and I think that they're going to give him the chance.
What I see is insane. You know, the Bengals were struggling, you know, without Joe Burrow there. You know, they still have some good wide receiver options there, but John Ross was a healthy scratch for the last 5 games of the season. Like,
well, that's because he wanted out. He didn't want to play for him anymore.
Right, but and they were still not giving him opportunities. Like,
I will say this: Ross got to fix his drops, though.
That's
just get in line, and Daniel Jones is used to it. He'll just throw it right back.
Yeah, right. He drops it like, it's all right, buddy. It's all right. I see it.
Just think about when Cam Newton was throwing to Ted Ginn, and he would drop like 3 touchdowns a game.
Oh
but he
my
would
God,
catch 2.
Ted Ginn, bro. How the hell? I mean, he's super fast and was good as a punt returner, but damn, Ted Ginn, man. Every time I watched that guy, no matter what team he was playing for, he would always be dropping balls, bro. Oh man. Talking Johnson, I hate Kidblue. Go Nick Gates.
That's a
hey, hold on, Bobby. You would agree with me, Bobby. I did a whole video. I don't know if you watched it, Bobby, of my film review on Nick Gates. You would agree with me. Nick Gates sucked at tackle, but he was great at guard. You would agree with me, Bobby. I'm waiting for your response.
Wow, I was going to say, that's a perfect segue to the next thing, the interior of the line. Do you guys want to keep Gates at center, or would you possibly explore moving him back to guard and getting another center in the draft?
No.
No,
I'm not moving Nick Gates for anybody but a veteran center that's proven.
Yeah, I can't keep. Listen, we need to have Nick Gates settle at one spot so we can actually get better at it. Because I don't want him to try to focus on all. Like, one day he's gonna wake up. I don't want him to like wake up and be like, oh, what position am I playing today? You know. So I want him to focus on one position. I want him to have one obligation and play center.
Nick
Talking Giants said a horrible take.
This year, though.
That's so much sarcasm. Talking Giants, I know it is.
I'm sorry.
He was the best player of the O-line when he played in 2019. That's a lie. Kevin's like,
I don't like that Gates played center this year. I think it was a bad choice. I think
really?
that he should have been on the team 100%, but I think that it would have done Danny justice to have a vet center. I think his snaps sucked this year. I don't think that they were good. If you look at film, his snaps are very high a lot of
I was going to say, I counted like during one game, like 4
there were a lot
snaps.
of bad
snaps. Like, he's like, Danny is jumping off of he should not jump off the ground ever to get a ball, and he does it at least 4 times. And
what was the game? Was it the first game against the Cowboys or something like that, where it was just
Rams
high?
Game.
The Rams game. Okay.
So
it was low snap after low snap.
I mean,
I think he was more focused on fighting Aaron Donald than snapping the ball.
He was focused on Aaron Donald.
I think he was more focused on fighting Aaron Donald.
He'll learn the position. It's not his normal, you have to adjust to it. That was just a poor choice on the franchise to have someone come in who hasn't played the position. And then you also have a rookie quarterback. You think that that's a good idea with the youngest O-line in the league? Give me a break.
So I will say,
now you're asking for problems.
So I'll ask you the question again then. Would you move him to guard and then get a center in the draft?
I would, because I think that Nick, I think he's just a big body. He's another one that's versatile, but I think he will grow into that position. So I think I'm okay with either way.
I hope so.
We need to fix the O-line though. It's that the O-line is not fixed. That's what people don't.
As much as I hate to say it, because I was the biggest antagonist of Nick Gates, probably last offseason. I just hated him. But I did the film review and I liked him on the interior. So listen, he has a spot on this defense. Whether that's a guard, whether that's a center, I don't know what they're going to plan to do with him, because there is a hole there at guard. And people say that we signed that center from the Jets for that reason, to move Nick Gates to guard. I could see that happening. All I know is that if he's going to play guard, he's better stay at guard. If he's gonna play center, he better stay at center. I don't want him to wake up every morning. I don't want him to wake up every morning wondering what position he's playing. So I want him to play just one position, focus on that one position.
I will say I'll consider moving him if somebody like Dickerson or Humphrey drops to us in the second. I would definitely consider it.
The only guy I would move him for is Humphrey. That's the only.
Yeah, I like Humphrey.
I agree.
An Oklahoma kid.
And then by the same token, if neither of them are there, but then like a Wyatt Davis somehow drops to us, I'm definitely taking them because I think the Giants, they want to keep it young despite what Kim Jones thinks. They want to keep the offensive line young.
Kim Jones sucks, first of all.
Yeah.
Let's be clear. Kim Jones is the worst reporter in the entire NFL. And
She's a groupie. She's a groupie for OBJ. She's a
no,
OBJ
like
groupie.
we get it. You're so mad. Like, chill.
I really think that Odell is like texting her
I can't
questions.
stand her.
The what? Odell. Yeah, right.
You know what's funny? You know when Odell put out the tweet that said second
Your
act, she was the
BBN,
first
what's up?
person that texted him. And
Of
she
course
tweeted.
she was. She
She's
loves
always the first.
it. I'm not even surprised.
But yeah, that's
And
what
she kept trying to like help her case out. She would get. I told Dave Gettleman about Kevin Zeitler, and he's proving me right. I'm like, oh my god, be quiet. She put like 4 tweets of like the same exact thing. I'm like, oh my god, shut
When
up.
she
Just take
speaks,
your
I
L
want
and
to
go
like
home.
throw my phone and run through a wall. Like
Yeah.
I literally can't
Take,
stand her.
take
I
your
think
L
she's
and go
awful.
home.
I feel like the
And-
only person worse is Mark Schler. Like
Paul Schwartz is pretty
Schler.
cool too.
Oh, swore, yeah.
Schwartz
Yeah.
is bad.
I love it, but I hate it. You know,
Yeah.
like
It
There are a lot
literally
of guys I
NFL
really
DNA
don't
just said Paul Schwartz is worse
Yeah,
the
I
same
saw
time we
that.
brought him up.
Listen, Jordan Renan is the most passive aggressive guy. Like, you know, you want to notice something as well. After Kim Jones asked that question, Jordan Renan came up and asked another smart question.
Jordan
They-
Renan is a
they
troll.
Yeah,
That's
Jordan
what
Renan is
he
an
canceled
absolute
him.
troll.
He got ratio.
Yeah, I can't stand Jordan Renan.
He's just a
And
troll.
That dude he always asks the same question. I guarantee you. Watch the next press conference. Regarding about Daniel Jones, and he fumbled the ball like every single game. I mean, what do you say to that? What do you say to him fumbling every time he asks a
But
question
then
about Daniel Jones?
I've been
turnovers?
watching. You know what she does, and she's like, Tua has such a bright future. I'm like, listen, sis, like you are so mixed up. It's stupid. Like, and she just says whatever she wants. It's just she hates the New York Giants.
Yeah. Oh God.
Yo,
She
I
likes
wouldn't be
Darnold
surprised.
more than she likes Jones. Like, as if that makes any sense.
We
It's
know
so-
why, because they wanted Darnold in the draft instead of Saquon for whatever reason. There's still people out there.
She's
There's
so
still people
annoying.
out there.
Like her voice makes me, and I've heard she's actually awful. Like,
Yeah. Well, you see, when she smiles at the camera right before she's about to go on, her eyes get basically
Yo, it's psychotic smile, bro.
yo,
see
Kim
her?
was so funny.
You see her? Oh man.
I saw her. What,
Paul
I was.
Schwartz asked.
Yeah, go ahead, Diggy.
I was gonna say I remember Paul Schwartz asked Daniel Jones like this like
Yes!
5-minute question, and DJ was like,
Can you repeat that?
What do you ask? What do you ask?
it was
It
something.
was something dumb. I have it on record. I will literally.
Oh,
post
God, I
it
gotta
right
see
now.
that.
I have
Yeah.
it on record
And-
because Daniel Jones's face is so funny during it. Like he's like, what the
You gotta love New York reporters, man, because they don't care.
Yo,
They
and-
don't care.
And we
They'll
were
do
talking
anything
about
for a
this.
headline, bro.
We were talking
Anything
about
for a
this
headline.
on Monday. Eli was low key a troll. We said it. Daniel is a troll too, bro. He'll troll back these
Yeah.
reporters if he needs to.
He's starting to speak like Eli too. The stumbling over words and all that stuff. I'm like, yo,
all that
just like
stuff is
Eli.
on purpose.
Because he
It's
doesn't
on purpose.
care.
Yeah, just like
doesn't
Eli. I'm
get
like,
it.
yeah,
You
you keep it
keep
going.
on.
You keep it going, Daniel. Just like your dad. Just like your dad.
I'm telling you, bro. Eli was out here wilding in Virginia randomly one night. You know, like how old is Daniel? Like 22 years ago, bro. It
You mean in
happens
Charlotte?
in Charlotte,
Like
bro.
I
It
said,
happens.
Like I said, Eli is 16 years older than Daniel Jones, and Eli was a party animal back when he was a teenager. Look at
Eli's
the
still a party
look
animal.
At, yeah, just look at the 30 for 30. And Eli used to get in trouble because he used to come home drunk. The police brought him home and all that stuff. Okay, Eli was a drunk back then. He was at parties. He was with women, all that stuff. You never know. He knocked up some random girl, and boom, Daniel Jones. Okay, because they look alike too. I'm sorry. They
Yo,
look alike too.
I heard a rumor that said when Daniel Jones got drafted by the Giants and he left his house, he went to his dad and said, "You're the man of the house now."
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds good.
Shout out to Jay Berman for the
You're the
$5.
man of the house now.
He said, just shifting gears for a second. What do you all think about the Pats free agent signing so far? Okay, yeah, we could shift gears and then get back to
They
the Giants.
went off. They went off. But like I said, but here's the thing with the Patriots, okay? When you buy a team, when you buy your football team pretty much instead of draft them, you better make, because you only have a window. You have a small window to really do what you want to do before your cap situation looks terrible and then those contracts are up or whatever. Are they really in a position to win?
I
I
mean,
mean, are
this
they
year I
really?
think they are.
I think
they are
I
too.
I think last year they showed a lot of weaknesses. Now, don't get me wrong, they got Jonnu Smith in there and Hunter Henry and guys like that, and they got a bunch of weapons. And I can't believe they signed two major tight ends to the major contract. I can't understand that.
And
But
Aguilar.
yeah, and Aguilar,
Yep.
they got a lot of weapons, but damn. I don't. They got a small window, man. They got when you sign that many free agents, I gotta think you're trying to win it right now. But I don't think they're a team that can win it right now. Not in the AFC.
I think that team right now can go to the Super Bowl.
And beat the Chiefs.
I don't know if they can win, but I know they can go there.
Yeah, they would have to beat the Chiefs in the championship.
Oh, you said the Chiefs? I mean, I'm not worried about the Chiefs, man. We
You're not
saw
worried about the
what my
Chiefs?
homeboys got cooking up for us.
And the
Captain
Ravens,
Kermit.
actually, they beat the Ravens too, right? Last year.
Yeah.
The rain
No,
game,
that was 2 years
No.
ago. The Ravens beat them.
No. Last year they beat the Ravens. I remember that game.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, Cam with all of these, Cam has never had weapons in his entire career like this. He
I
has
know.
not had
Yeah,
weapons
yeah.
like this. And
I
Cam
love
Newton
Cam. I like him.
he's every bit of an MVP that he was when he's never gotten a chance. And I think he's going to be back to being one of the top quarterbacks, and the defense is going to be good again because they're getting the guys that are opted out back.
Real quick, Giants Opinion Sports got to be out. Thank you for tuning in, man. See you. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen him in a while, man. Dang.
Yeah, he was in the chat all night.
But yeah, I mean, I think they're going to get their defensive guys back. I'm pretty sure Dante Hightower's coming back. Patrick Chung is coming back. I don't know what he's doing.
He's still in the league. Dante Hightower.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, he opted out, and they're getting those guys back, and they're getting all of this offensive firepower. And Bill Belichick is motivated, which means it's going to be a boot camp from hell.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I think they can make the Super Bowl. Now, if they win the Super Bowl and beat Tom Brady, I don't think so, but I think they can get there.
That would be insane. A Buccaneers and Patriots Super Bowl.
I mean, the
Oh,
NFL
man.
is going to make sure it happens.
Yeah,
basically.
Steph, what do you think about
Oh,
the
yeah.
Pats so far in free agency?
I think it's awesome for them. It
Mm-hmm.
sucks for everyone else, but y'all poke the bear. Listen, I tweeted not that long ago. You want to make fun of Billy B for Tom winning a Super Bowl and say that it wasn't Billy that made Tom, it was Tom that made Billy? Look what you did, okay? And watch them go make a run for it now. It's everyone's fault. You all did this, okay? So if they make a run, it's everyone's fault because Bill Belichick was not made by Tom Brady. Let's make one thing clear: Bill Belichick is a phenomenal coach. Period.
And I'll say this: we're talking about the Patriots switching to Tom Brady and his team. The Bucks, they've kind of found a way to re-sign everybody that they needed to re-sign. What do you guys think about them?
Yo, I've been saying this for about 2 or 3 years now. The Buccaneers, their front office is genius. They every single year. Just forget about this year. Last year and the year before that, they were able to maintain a lot of their pieces. Like last year, I always mentioned this when I talked about the Giants potentially keeping Leonard Williams and Dalvin. I always compare with the Bucks because the Bucks were able to keep JPP, Shaq Barrett, and Ndamukong Suh on the same year. They were all free agents. They were able to keep them and manage that roster up. And now this year they're able to keep Shaq Barrett again and maintain Chris Godwin. They're so good as far as maintaining their best pieces. So shouts out to them, man. They're doing a good job over there.
And listen, man, when you look at what they did and what their roster is right now, it's unfair that they get to draft. They also get to draft players.
They don't have a major need. Maybe they don't have a major need.
He planned this. This is all calculated. Llast year he knew he was going to do this.
Oh yeah.
This was well planned.
Who,
He
Brady?
knew what's up. He's like, quarantine, I don't give a crap. Take all my picks.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm going to come back, and I'm going to show you guys why I'm the best coach in history.
And yo, Bill really went savage mode, man. Because what do you guys?
He's wilded.
At this point, what do you think they do with their 15th overall pick? I mean, the Patriots usually trade it away. I think that's back in play. Do they still go somebody like Bateman?
I hope they don't take a quarterback. I hope
They
don't take a
trade
quarterback.
up, and they get a guy, and they put him on the bench. They got 1 year Cam, done. And
Don't
then we're
take
all
Mac
screwed again.
I hope they don't take Mac Jones. I want him to go. I want him to have a better future.
Mac Jones is screwed, to be honest.
I love Mac Jones.
I love Mac Jones too. He's Mac Zaddy. I know. Like I got it, but I get down with Mac Zaddy.
Mac Jones is the
I don't get
is
that far down.
underappreciated.
Well, yeah, I hope not Kidblue. What the hell?
Nah,
But
but
really,
no, that's a pretty interesting one. I didn't even think about that. Them trading up to get a QB and then making him sit a year, and then like you said, we're all in the we hate the
bye
Patriots
Cam.
again.
Thanks so much for your help. We'll see you later.
No, Mac Jones starts this year. Whatever team he goes to, he starts this year.
No,
I
he
want to see
doesn't.
my boy Mac Jones. Who?
Mac Jones.
Look at the
Mac
delay.
Zaddy. It's Mac Zaddy.
Oh, she had the Z at the.
Yeah, I ain't saying
Zaddy.
that
He's
one.
not a daddy.
Yeah,
He's
I'm gonna refrain from
Yeah,
Is it because of the dad bod? Is there something else?
No,
He has a-
see
he
him in
does
his
have-
workout.
he does have a
Bro,
dad
he
bod.
has the Eli Manning body.
That's not a dad bod.
the Eli man on the beach with the shovel.
Yeah, the Eli
It's
picture where
like-
he's on the beach with the shovel. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. No, it's not that.
I don't know. I mean, they could go Bateman, which would be kind of overkill. That's like they could do that, but I think they're gonna trade back or go offensive line.
I don't think it would be overkill because I mean, they signed Nelson
Why don't
Aguilar,
you
but
take
is
a
he
wide
the main?
wide
Like,
receiver?
they have literally no receivers. They had Julian Edelman, and that's
Didn't
it.
they
I mean,
sign someone else at wide receiver? too?
Aguilar, and he's
Yeah, but Aguilar,
I don't
but
know
that's
what,
it.
that was a bad.
No, I'm saying,
choice.
didn't they sign someone else besides Aguilar? Am I
I
just
don't-
remembering wrong?
I don't think so. They signed 2 tight ends.
They signed the 2 tight ends. I don't know. I'm probably just remembering wrong.
They signed Henry, Jonnu, Aguilar, and then what were the other moves on?
They signed a defensive end. They signed an edge.
They did, yeah.
Didn't
They
they
got
sign
rid
Matt
of-
Judon?
Yeah, they signed Matt
Matt
Judon.
Yes. But they didn't sign another wide receiver. So I think
Okay,
Oh,
you're
so-
right. You're right. Kendrick Bourne. They signed
That's
Kendrick
what
Bourne.
Kendrick Bourne is a good player.
Yeah,
Kendrick
yeah,
Bourne is a
yeah.
good
He's
player.
underrated.
He's good. He's good. He's good. We shut him down though, but he's good.
I think they have enough with Kendrick Bourne and Aguilar and the 2 tight
Here's the
ends
thing.
on offense.
You want to know what doesn't matter is because they're just gonna go so heavy on the 2 tight ends. It's gonna be the most targeted players on this team are gonna be those 2 tight ends. This is Bill Belichick historically. What he's gonna do is try to recreate Hernandez and Gronk, and you're not gonna
Exactly.
get that out of them. But maybe could you kind of at least?
I just noticed that too. That they may be trying to start something like that, like Hernandez and Gronk.
Oh, yeah.
And get those because they're listen.
Yeah.
You have to use those 2 tight end sets if you're gonna sign those guys to those kind of contracts.
Yeah,
man.
they will.
sign up for some big contracts. I'd never seen that besides the Patriots signing
They
2
will.
tight ends to big contracts.
You know what? You guys are convincing me that they're gonna take a wide receiver in early.
I think they'll take Bateman.
I think they're going to have to go offensive
overpowered.
line though. Like, shouldn't
Oh,
they go
yeah.
offensive line?
Receiver,
They
we're
could
all
go
done.
offensive line. They just traded away Marcus Cannon.
They need a right tackle.
Ooh, if
No, but
Darisaw
they
is there,
got
they could go
Trent.
Darisaw.
They got Trent Brown back, didn't they?
Yeah, but he's only playing 1 tackle spot.
Yeah.
He's playing left tackle for them. I'm pretty
Bro,
sure.
if Darisaw is there, Darisaw to them makes sense. If the Chargers don't take him, that is.
There's no way Darisaw is going to be here.
So in that case, I mean, at that point, you're looking at a guy like Cosme, maybe. I don't know, but
Nah, I
They
don't think
they
they
got
have
rid
a
of
high
Thuney.
cost.
They got rid of Thuney.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, Thuney.
who did they replace him
and their
with? They
center
signed
is gone
another
too. Their
line.
center walked, by the way.
But they have another center.
who is-
They like
who is-
it.
Okay.
Who is their center anyway?
It was David Andrews.
Yeah,
but
David
he's gone
Andrews.
now.
Oh, David. Where'd he go?
He just walked. He didn't sign anywhere
He's a
yet.
free agent.
Oh, damn.
But I think AVT
Isaiah
might be a spot
Wynn.
there.
Isaiah
AV
Wynn's one of the guards.
Yeah, he is there. I don't know, but AVT might be.
Oh, Vera Tucker. Vera Tucker would be a good. Yeah, take Vera Tucker. Take him off the board. I don't like USC players anyway.
We got a question for Steffi here from Nate Talks Giants. He says, "What are your thoughts on Tamori and Terry?" And he says his respect for her hinges on it. I don't know. Okay, go ahead.
He is gonna be. Listen, I've been saying it for a while. This wide receiver class is something to look out for. This is a historical class. So we heard this last year, the year before. No, shut up. Everyone, shut up. Right? Like this is a historical class.
This
Like,
one's gonna be
when
good.
I tell you, there's gonna be 3rd round guys that end up being like heavy hitters in this. This is gonna be huge. So he's someone. Watch him go. He's not gonna go in the 1st round. He's going to go in the 2nd round, and he's going to be a top receiver in this league. It's the same thing. There's guys like Jalen Darden. Jalen Darden's going to drop to the 7th round of this draft. ended up being a stud.
And then
One guy. People are his draft stock was rising up, but then it went back down for whatever reason. Rondale Moore,
Rondale Moore, yeah.
Rondale
Moore is really
Moore,
good.
again, these
I
are people who are
love Rondale
sleeping
Moore.
on them.
He's absolutely insane.
you guys think this is going to be comparable or better than the 2014 wide receiver draft?
Comparable.
Well, it has
Better.
potential. Here's the thing: it has potential of being better. The only thing is that you're not going to get that much wide receivers taken that early, because you have the top 4. But I believe in that draft there was like 5 or 6 of them going in that first round, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
So.
And then you had how much went in the top 10? 2, only 2. But you had Odell, Mike Evans, Sammy Watkins. Who else?
These guys are
Kelvin
better.
Benjamin there too.
These guys are.
He just ate a lot of food though. He would have been good.
Yeah. He's hanging around with Eddie
I don't
Lacy.
know.
No, Steph, and another thing
It
is that I
could
think
be
this has
better. It
more
could be
depth.
better.
I think this one is deeper.
Oh, this one has a way
Yeah.
more depth. Oh my god.
Like, I think it's more like if you look at it, right? Like, so take like the top 20 guys, whether that's like my top 20, Kidblue's top 20, it doesn't matter. Like, take the top 20 in your head. They all have very much potential, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like you put them in the right place at the right time, right scheme, right coaching staff, right quarterback, and any of these guys could be wide receiver ones.
And
go ahead.
As
far what was I lost my train of thought. I was reading a comment and I lost my train of thought. You go ahead.
All right, yeah, I was gonna ask the next question. I've seen people entertaining the idea of possibly, if it could happen, we already talked that trade backs don't really work. But if there's a trade back scenario to get a guy like Azeez Ojulari, would you guys do it?
100%.
If there's an opportunity, yeah. But like I said, if Waddle's on the board, it's so hard for me to trade back after that. I mean, it is. But
Y'all
I mean,
really love Waddle.
I mean,
I
I just
love
think
Waddle.
that these
Look,
top 3
I love-
receivers are so good that you don't
Right.
pass on just taking the talent there.
like I'll tell you right now, like I say Waddle because I think he's the guy that's gonna drop to us. Like if 2 guys are taken, I think it's gonna be Smith and Chase. So that's why I say Waddle. But listen, if it's Smith or Chase or Waddle,
If it's Chase, you are.
if it's Chase, I'm screaming. We're gonna stream the
Really?
draft.
I'm
obviously.
taking Smith over Chase.
Huh?
Oh.
I am.
Is it the speed? Is it the speed?
For
No,
what
it's the
reason?
football IQ. There's the football IQ that he has on the field is different. Is different than anything I've ever seen watching film. Like, he's so intuitive. I've never seen anything like it. I'm serious. Like, him and Pitts is another one. Like, these guys, I've never seen the way that Devontae Smith plays football. He sees stuff 3 seconds.
I do agree with that.
Before it happens. Like, and I've never seen that. Like, I'm talking the last time I saw something like that, I mean, at least 5 years. Like, I don't remember last time. It's like 4 3 seconds before he can see what's happening, and he knows he's out of the way, and he's like deuces. That's why I don't care what his BMI is, because he doesn't get touched. The dude embodies separation. Like, he is separation embodied. So I like Devontae Smith because his IQ is too high to not take him. And I don't see that when I watch. And I've watched a lot. I watched as much film as I could, and between the 2 of them, I'm gonna take Smith because I just think that he's gonna flourish in this league. He's too smart.
Yeah. I mean, I think Jamar Chase is the best player in the draft. That's just me. But
I love Chase.
Smith, I definitely agree with. The fact that you could put Devontae Smith in literally anybody's body, and I think he could be an NFL receiver. It's just he has it so much upstairs that he just compensates for any kind of physical, because people say he's slow, but it doesn't show up on tape because he knows exactly where he needs to be on the field.
Mm-hmm.
He knows exactly where he needs to run his routes. He knows exactly which way to turn, or, he knows exactly what to do whenever he's on the field. So I don't necessarily worry about the physical stuff with him. But with Jamar Chase, I just think he's just a completely different animal.
I just don't think he's falling either, right? So I'm not going to give myself a false hope. I think it's unrealistic.
Yeah. I've given up on it. I just don't want him to
Smith has the opportunity to fall to us. So if it's between Smith and Waddle, I'm taking Smith. I think Smith is going to be the guy that everyone looking back, and this is like looking at last year. This is going to be like Justin Jefferson, where everyone starts fading someone because they think that another player is better. And then they end up coming into the league and being the guy that we all thought he would be. And I think that's what Smith is. That's all.
Where the heck did Hub go?
No,
LSU was just so good at these wide receivers, man, aren't they?
Now I was gonna say I have a feeling that Smith won't drop to us because if there's one team that's gonna take him, I really think it's gonna be Detroit. Yeah,
Detroit.
Really?
I hope so. I just hope that Jamar Chase doesn't go to Philadelphia.
Yeah, if I know Philadelphia, they're gonna take Smith.
And it's not that I don't fear these teams. I really don't. Like, if Jamar Chase, even though I think he's so great and stuff, if he goes to Philly, I don't necessarily fear them like doing anything with him. I just don't want to have to root against Jamar Chase.
Right, yeah, and it's especially sad for you because you're an LSU fan.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
you went from rooting for him to watching him go to.
That's why
team.
I just want to see Jamar Chase play with Joe Burrow. I've given up. He's not making it to 11, so I just want to see him go. That's why they need to give up on Kenny.
No, I'm
Golladay.
sorry, bro. If they select Chase over an offensive tackle, I'm sorry, nah. They need to
They're
take an offensive tackle.
They love
Bro,
Bobby
they got
Hart
Bobby
that much.
Hart starting.
Bobby Hart is a great tackle. He's great.
Propaganda by Diggy.
No, I'll say this, guys. Washington are they literally the only legit competition to us for this division?
Yeah.
Is there any way that Dallas makes it back?
Dallas and Philly have been so silent in the free agency. They have not. I don't think they've signed. I think they re-signed a couple guys. I don't think they signed anybody.
Yeah, but
yet.
guys, listen. Like, bringing Dak back, they've got some weapons without Zeke there. Like, you don't even need to talk to Zeke. We're talking Ford. We're talking, there's CeeDee Lamb. Like, they're gonna be, if they can address the problems that they have, they will be a problem.
Yeah, Dallas is competition, man.
That's Dallas though, but I don't. As far as
the Eagles are done. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Here's the thing: as far as Dallas goes, I don't care what kind of team they have. I think the Giants usually compete well with them. It's Philly that's the issue because Philly could suck in the entire NFL, just lose every game to every team they play. But when they play us, it's like a whole different story, and they whoop us and they sweep us.
That's because it's a curse.
Exactly. So I just want to see the Eagles fail. And
I think we broke it though. I think we broke it.
Yeah, we definitely.
I hope so.
I think Evan Ingram
Never
dropped that
said
pass so
Dak
we could
was
succeed
trash.
for the next 10 years.
What Evan is saying in these comments. What are you guys talking about? I'm talking up about Dallas. So just chill out.
Oh, if you're referring to Floyd
These
Samuel.
stats are ridiculous. Like, are you guys kidding? Just use your ears. Like,
I think they're just trying to troll you.
Never said that.
Look at Max Webster. He said.
Oh yeah, Max Webster's super chat. Shout out to Max Webster $2 super chat. He said, "So I'm still lost. Does Steph want Slater to replace AT?"
No, I like Andrew Thomas. Like, I don't hate him. I just don't like the pick that we did last year. I think that you could have traded down and got him. I think that Pert is better than him. Yes, I will 100% stand by that because he is. Watch the film. One thing I will say,
I won't argue.
If not, you guys can email me. My email is therealStephieSmalls@gmail.com. I will personally email you all my film on both of them.
I will say this: I won't argue Peart versus Thomas because I think they are pretty close. But I will say, I don't think anybody was looking to trade up with the Giants in that draft last year. So I don't think trade down scenario was like something that was going to happen at all.
Well, here's the thing I will say about Peart. I love my guy Peart. I think
y'all stuck in the one game he got he let up 3 sacks. You want to know what that is?
No,
I wasn't. That's the system failing him. That's what that is.
I wasn't even going to say anything. I wasn't going to say anything about anything negative. I just didn't want to say that he was better than Thomas. I won't go that far, but I will say he can start day one right now. I was the guy saying he could start day one last year in his rookie year. Nobody believed me. And then he comes out against the Rams and everybody loves it. I'm like, oh my God, I guess you should have listened to me. But yeah.
Shout out to Prison Mike for the $2 super chat. He says Kyle Pitts coming to the Giants. Sign Malcolm. I don't know if I want Malcolm Butler, bro.
I don't want him either.
I don't want him.
Yeah, just listen. We're about to sign Kenny Golladay. We're gonna be very tight on money. You know, we're gonna be like.
Well, what's the contract you're looking at? Let me start off with Steffi, then KB, then Diggy. What kind of contract is KG about to sign here? That's a real good question.
What was that? Wait, I'm gonna deal with Mr. What's his name? Whack Nicholson. And you guys can do your thing, and then I'll comment in.
All right, go ahead, then KB, then Diggy.
All right. What I'm looking for with Kenny Golladay. Listen, I said this earlier. Kenny Galladay's supposed market value that we didn't believe, but seems to be true, was $14 to $16 million. So because of the Cincinnati deal, the Cincinnati offer, I think that helps the Giants a lot, because then the Giants can turn around and say, well, those are your offers. Now look at ours. Well, which one's going to be better? They give them a multi-year deal, get them to ideally, obviously, I want the cheapest possible, right? So I want $14 million per year, but I don't think it would be that way. I think we'll get him for 16, 17, maybe 18. But for some reason, listen, if you look on all these sources, they're saying his market value is so low, and it's lower than he expected. So he's disappointed by his market value. So I don't think his market value is at 20 million. I don't know why. But supposedly, the NFL front offices are not seeing him as a $20 million receiver. So if we get him for 18, I would love it. Good.
I saw that same thing about his value being kind of low, and Corey Davis came in, I think, at 14, 15. No, I think the NFL. What did he come in? Yeah, 14 and a half.
I thought it was 12 and a half. 12 and a half.
Corey Davis?
Yeah, Corey Davis, 12 and a half.
Oh, wow. It seems like the NFL doesn't see him as that much better than Corey Davis, which I don't agree with, but I think he's going to get around 14 and a half to 15 a year. I think that's what he's getting. Cincinnati offered him a 1-year deal, and I think they can offer him more money on a 1-year deal. And I think if he was so convinced that he's going to get paid this big money, I think he would have just taken their 1-year deal. Instead, he wants this long-term deal with us. Mm-hmm. So I think you will want that 1-year deal, get paid, and then get back on the market next year after you've proven yourself. But either he's not confident in his ability to stay healthy and he just wants a long-term deal, or I think it's going to be about around 15.
Well, the sources say that 1-year deal that Cincinnati offered was a prove it deal. So it would have been 10.
I see. That's disrespectful. I see this thing on Twitter. Now, listen, Twitter is a mess right now. But someone that is semi that doesn't look like they just make up stuff, they said that they're seeing that 3 years, $38.5 million. Now that sounds low.
Source?
Listen, I'm not going to put them on blast because they might just be tweeting things on the GOLLADAY high.
Okay, yeah, that's $12 million a year, isn't that?
I'm not thinking that he's getting $12 million a year. I'm thinking it'll be 15.5. I think it's somewhere between 14 and 16. I'll say that.
That's literally what who was it that tweeted that his value is around 14 to 16? That's literally matching up there if you think that's it. What about you, Steffi?
There's 13, 14. There's no way that's going to happen. This guy thinks he's getting the bag, right? Everyone thinks that he turned down $18 million with the Lions because he doesn't want to play for the Lions. It's not true. He said he wanted to play for Dan Campbell. $18 million is not enough for him. So I think that maybe will he take a little bit lower to play for a team that he believes in, which I think that maybe that's the New York Giants. I think 17 is the sweet spot for Mr. Kenny G. I think 17 million is a beautiful, beautiful price for.
If we pay 17 mil for him, do we make any other moves in free agency, or do we just roll into the draft?
Not any big moves. Not at all.
There's no need for any more big moves. Yeah, no matter what we sign him for, that money is whatever money we use on Kenny Golladay is all the money that we have. So we can't make any big moves. We can't keep downloading contracts either.
Renan is saying that it's going to be way less than 18. So whatever you want to take.
Where did Renan say that? Was that just now?
That someone is saying that Renan said that about 56 minutes ago. So I'll check
all right, let me go over to Renan.
Renan's a bozo, so
to be fair, he has had a couple of times where he said something and then something completely opposite came out.
Yeah, because he always says some stuff against Daniel too, where he says his injury was super bad, and
I remember that.
Yeah, and then he came back the next week. So.
How long do you guys think we're away from signing him? The meeting is tomorrow. Are we going to see a deal?
Are
tomorrow?
You sure it's tomorrow? They said that there was testing that he had to do.
Yeah, somebody said that, but there were sources that said that it's going to be tomorrow. I think Renan said it was going to be tomorrow too. So
Well, if it's tomorrow, then I mean, either he's
it'll be in the
signing.
afternoon. It'll be in
I
the
think,
afternoon.
yeah, I think in the afternoon we'll either see he signing to the Giants or the Giants disrespecting him so much that he's signing to the Bengals.
Oh my God, I don't want it to be a Justin Tuck situation, man. Oh man, well, we tried to re-sign him back in 2014, and he said the Giants were disrespectful to him for giving him a contract offer. I don't know what it was, but
Yeah.
oh man.
Shout out to Jesse Rivera for a $2 super chat. Well, we discussed this several times, Jesse. He says, we get Kenny Golladay. Where should we go in the draft? A couple guys believe it should still be receiver. All right, I'll say this then. If you're not going receiver in the draft, who are you going if we get Kenny Golladay? Or what position at 11?
I'm going Pat Surtain if he's there because I feel like he fits our defense better than Caleb Farley.
Yeah. Steffi, are you still rolling with Slater?
No, everyone calm down. Like, just relax. Like, at least they're respecting the fact that Slater's a good player and our O-line sucks ass. I think I don't know where we're getting. Does everyone really think that our O-line is good? Like, I'm going to ask you guys. Do you think that our O-line is ready to be a productive O-line?
I just wouldn't draft the O-line in the first round because the only offensive lineman projected to go that high in the first round is a tackle, and I'm not drafting a tackle in the first round when I got two tackles that could start for me on each
That's
side.
fine. But you have to add some kind of depth.
Our
get
O-line
that.
needs a starting guard. I'm not confident
that.
in our right guard position.
I get that. So
either.
I will go in the second round and get get a guard in the second round, but there's no guard to take in the first.
Yeah, I think either we trade back and get a guard,
I'm
or we
not
take him in.
taking,
Yeah.
like, everyone is freaking out about this. It's just we're gonna have a discussion. It's not gonna actually happen. So this is like the funniest thing. You guys are taking what I'm saying as if we're in the draft right now. No one cares.
We're in the
what
war
I
room.
say.
We're
No
in the
one cares
war
what
room right
Hunt
now.
says. No one cares what Diggy says. No one cares what Kidblue says. No one cares what any of you in the chat says. Like, they're gonna do what they want. So
That's
just
true.
chill out.
We're in
So
the war
seriously,
room
I think
right
that they need to the secondary at some point needs to get addressed. So whether that's in the draft, whether that's in the free agency, it needs to be addressed.
But
I
yeah,
agree.
so who would you go if not wide receiver then at 11? Your dream scenario
No,
with
if
subtracting
Pitts
wide receivers in
falls,
your mind.
if Pitts falls, you do not take him. He is
Yeah, you
the
take
only
Pitts.
generational talent in this entire draft.
And
Yeah.
Jamar Chase.
I'm
And
off
Jamar
him.
Chase.
I'm not into it. I'm not high on him. I don't love him.
Oh man.
And KB, what about you?
As far as I'm gonna disagree with Diggy a little bit. I think Caleb Farley. If we're still gonna run the zone,
What do you
I
pay?
think. Oh no, I don't
Where
want
would
that.
Kitty Pay
If
slide
we're
in though?
if we're still gonna play zone on defense this year, I'd probably take Farley. I think his closing speed is insane. If he was playing zone, I love Caleb Farley. You can't beat him on a double move. I don't think you can beat Farley with any route. So I trust him, and I'll probably take.
Do you
Farley.
trust his health?
Huh? Do I trust his health? Not really, but then again, we're taking Kenny Golladay, and I don't think we all trust his health. And then if we draft Jalen Waddle, do we trust his health? And there's a bunch of guys you probably wouldn't trust your health, but you're gonna take a shot at. So I'd probably take Farley. But if Surtain's there and Farley's not, I'll probably take Surtain as well. But I'll probably grab a corner.
Yeah, Nate is saying that Farley's an off-man corner. Yeah, we know that, but it's about how he can translate. KB is saying that he thinks that his closing speed can translate to a zone.
The way he's able to burst off his back foot from backpedaling is insane. His makeup speed's insane. His closing speed's insane. As far as like if you have that that cloud flat or whatever, or you got a zone right there in the middle boundary, the sideline boundary, and he's able to close in on a little curl route, or whatever. He's able to make those type of plays, or he could close in on a slant route. He could do a lot of those things, I believe, at the NFL level. So I think you can do that with Farley.
Yeah, one thing I'll say about the Farley and Surtain comparison, if you're just saying raw just ranking, I still have Farley over Surtain. But I think for our specific defense, which I used to think we would go back to a bump and run kind of man thing, or just a man thing in general. But I think we had so much success last year that we'll stay in a zone. And even though Farley has the closing speed and all the physical tools, Surtain has all the mental tools, and his reaction time is ridiculous.
And that was
in
gonna
his
be.
own coverage.
Oh, what just happened?
Hmm?
I don't know.
Steffi literally just dipped. I'm guessing
Right.
she's probably gonna pop back in soon. But all right,
What were
that just
what were you
happened.
saying, Dickie?
I was saying that Surtain in zone coverage has like more experience,
I'd
and
say, yeah, of course.
he's a little smarter. And his reaction time is really great. So
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Farley's a little bit more raw, and I think Surtain's a little bit more technically sound. I guess I guess I just kind of like fall in love with Farley's like
physical
potential.
tools, yeah.
Yeah, physical
I
tools.
mean, he can be, yeah, like Farley has all the potential, but I think
Mm-hmm.
Surtain, like as soon as we get him, he's plug and play second corner, and he's not going to be bad at all for you.
Mm-hmm.
While I try to figure out what's happening there, yo, some people in the chat is being a little too harsh for no
We
reason.
got a couple of
Yeah,
those.
I'm gonna see if she's gonna pop back in. Maybe it was just a mistake. We'll see. It happened before as well. I mean, I've taken myself out of this stream on accident a couple times. I was gonna say though, what Diggy brought up with the zone thing and the man thing was gonna be my next question. Do you guys think we move back to a man type of man's scheme, or are we gonna stick with the zone because of how much success not only the defense had, but James Bradbury in particular as well?
I'm Kidblue now, apparently. I'm Kidblue.
That's funny. But he switched it back real quick. He said, "No, you're not." But as far as switching back to a man defense, I would hope that everybody's on the same page with it, like the players are like comfortable with it, because man defense is a lot more of a physical, a lot more of a physical defense. Like you got to be more, I guess, physically gifted to play man-on-man defense constantly. Zone defense gives you kind of a cushion, gives you a little bit. Of course, you have to have the awareness skills and the mental skills to play zone. You got to have the physical skills to play man. So I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind it. I think a lot of successful NFL defenses play man as well. So I wouldn't mind it. And on top of that, the Giants had a real problem with the middle zones. A ton. The linebackers couldn't get their zone, so we'll see what happens.
I think we're going back. I think we're staying in zone just because it works so well.
Yeah,
and we'll be able to take more chances with another corner on the other side. We'll be able to run a lot more zone blitzes. So
yeah, I don't oppose any which one. Whenever I look at NFL defenses on film, I see zone and man working like this, the same result, just they get it done differently. So
yeah.
I like it. I like it.
I mean, I'm gonna say you guys toss your last questions in. It's coming up on the 2-hour mark of the stream anyway. Hopefully, technology-wise, everything's good on Steffi's end. Maybe she could pop back in for the last couple of minutes or so, but I don't know. But yeah, guys, toss in your last questions, and we'll start to wrap it up here. Let's see what the chat is saying. We should sign another corner like Adoree Jackson or Troy Hill. I'm not a fan of drafting one in the first round. Troy Hill is a name that's come up a lot.
I really like Troy Hill a lot.
Yeah. And Adoree Jackson, of course, since he was released, and everybody was kind of surprised by that release, same draft as Corey Davis and whatnot. How much do you guys think he might cost?
Who?
Adoree Jackson.
Yeah.
Oh, this would be his second contract. So just regarding age, he was playing well. I talked to my buddy MJ from Sports Fan Entertainment, and he's a Tennessee Titans fan. He liked Adoree. He thought the move was questionable to release him. So and he was, listen, Tennessee Titans fans hated the pick, but his first year they loved him. So he's a decent corner. I believe he was playing slot for them. And I think he's not going to get paid top corner money, in my opinion. I would probably say $7 to $8 million. I can't see him going any higher than that.
Yeah. I think maybe the Kenny Golladay signing, if it goes to 18, that completely takes off Adoree Jackson.
Right.
But we still might have a shot at Troy Hill, though.
How much would Troy Hill be going for?
Troy Hill, I think like $5 million.
Really?
I think Troy
he sounds
Hill
familiar. He's from the Rams?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
But they're so stacked there that he didn't really,
Right. And he's corner.
He can play inside, he can play outside, so that's why I like him. So like if we decide that Darnay Holmes is good enough to play outside, then we can put Troy Hill on the inside. If we decide that, Troy Hill is better on the outside, we can there's a lot of flexibility.
Mm-hmm. And then you guys, would you only be considering, maybe a second corner like for the rest of free agency signing? Would you consider a second linebacker as well, or no?
I think it's a waste to take a linebacker.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I don't think linebackers translate that well at all in free agency. Like think of Corey Littleton last year. Everybody wanted him, and then he was horrible. Like, and that was like the surest thing. Like he can be a coverage linebacker for you, and he was
Hmm.
absolutely atrocious.
And they
So
get
I
paid a
think
lot.
it doesn't make sense. Yeah.
And they get highly paid too as well. So, yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of getting linebackers. I'd probably rather draft one. And I honestly think we're okay at linebacker. Blake Martinez is there, and then we'll get a rotate. We'll find somebody to rotate with Tate Crowder with, and maybe eventually Tate Crowder gets better, and he's actually a starting like a actually starting linebacker. I could see that being Tate Crowder. So, I mean, we'll see. I don't think second inside linebacker is that much of a need. I really don't.
Yeah, I'd rather have Surratt or McGrone or any rookie. I just don't think it makes sense to pay a linebacker all that I just don't think
Yeah,
so.
agreed.
But yeah, I think we're probably gonna close it out here. It was a pretty good stream. Was booming for a good amount of time. I mean, we still have over 100 people in here.
Yeah.
You guys were pretty good tonight. I will say, he's up when it comes to Steffi, guys. Like, if you disagree, you don't have to go and attack whoever you disagree with. It's really not that serious.
They're
Yeah,
just
man.
trolling. And,
Yeah, some of the trolls really don't know what in the world they're saying though. I will say that. But shout out to Steffi. Kind of abruptly left towards the end there. Hope everything's fine. And was a great guest. Shout out to Diggy, also a great guest, and of course my
Thanks
co-host
for having me on.
Kidblue. Like I said, you guys were pretty good. Great stream. 122 likes, peaked at 160. The best stream we've ever had in terms of just people watching. Amazing. Any last
let's have that translate next week, guys, on my channel.
Yeah, any last thoughts Giants wise? I mean, KG, we're looking for him tomorrow.
Yeah, let's just wrap it up. Let's just wrap this up, and then everything else on top of this in free agency is gravy.
Yeah, I like it. Well, that's it for now. We're out.